Yo, 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 yo. What's going on? What's happening? What's popping, everybody out there in YouTube land? We are in the house, man. We in the house. Got the panel up here tonight. And we're gonna go ahead and dig into this Falcons versus Vikings game that we had last night on the road and kind of give y'all our thoughts and what we thought about the game. Just to introduce everybody on the panel here to get started. We got Coach in the house, we got James in the house, we got Big Ron Thomas in the house, and we also got Winston in the house. How we doing this evening, fellas?
Doing good. Doing good.
Doing all right. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, doing good, man. Doing good. So the caption of the show was pretty much the rookies, here in our fan base, a lot of us, we're talking about how well our rookies played. And, thankfully, a lot of people in the mainstream media is talking about how well our rookies played. So we'll start there first, and then, we'll dance around into other topics, as time goes on. First off, let me give y'all a rundown statistically of how our rookies did. Xavier Watts, he almost had 2 interceptions week 1 against Tampa. But he got his first career interception yesterday. So shout out to Xavier Watts. Billy Bowman Jr. got his first interception yesterday as well. And he looked phenomenal doing it, man. I don't know how he caught that ball, but he caught it. It counted. And I was ecstatic that he did. Our guy James Pierce Jr., who is also 5th in the NFL currently, pass rush rate, got his first sack of his NFL career. So congratulations. Shout out to James Pierce. Also, Jalen Walker got his first career sack also of his NFL career. So guys, gentlemen, rookies were outstanding. Let's start off and just go around the panel, man. And, let me know what y'all thought about how your 2025 rookie class played yesterday. We'll start with you, Winston.
Man, our rookies sucked ass last night. Check it.
I agree.
Just joke. Man, the boys showed up. They showed out. And, this draft class had the potential of being one of those ones. Fano Sugar, he knew his back was against the wall. He had this season to make something shake. He swung for the fences, and from what I've seen so far, it looked like he knocked it out of the park.
I could not agree with you more, man. I could not agree with you more. Ron Thomas, what you thought about your rookies yesterday, sir?
They played together. I love it. They had the quarterback messed up all night long. I love it. I love the 6 sacks. I love the interceptions. I love everything we did on defense and more with the rookies.
Yes, sir. And Coach, what about you? How you felt about how your 2025 rookie class performed last night?
Man, I thoroughly enjoyed watching that secondary. Billy Bowman and Watts do their thing. I always thought the gem of the last draft was Watts. To me, he I'm not taking nothing from James Pierce Jr. or Walker, but I thought purely in their position, Watts was the best acquisition that we got, and I think that man's going to be a problem moving forward. As far as just the rookies overall, this is what I've been waiting on. I really felt like, Raheem could not go another game without putting all the young guys in. Like, in my opinion, they need to all play together. The only way they will get better is to have more playing time. Of course, bring in the vets and all of that, but our rookies need to get and inexperienced second-year guys need to get the bulk of of the snaps, man, so they can get better. Because I think last year plus this year, they have the potential to be a top 10 defense if they get playing time. So kudos to those young guys. They did their thing. But I do have to, go in my spiel, but I guess we'll do that later. But kudos to the young guys.
Yes, sir. Yep. And we're going to hop into that in just a quick moment also. I don't know if James is with us. I know he stepped away for a second. James, are you there? Are you still away? Okay, so I think James, he stepped away for a moment. I'm sure he'll come back up when time allows. Before we keep going, y'all, let's hop in the chat real quick. We got our guy Cool C in the building. Repping the 770. Shout out to the whole 770 in the house. Cool C, my guy. Hope you're doing well, man. We also got Daniel Berry highlights is in the building. Daniel, how you doing, my friend? Appreciate you coming in. Jonathan Rozier is in the house. What's going on with you, Jonathan? We also got our guy TG is in the building. Says, what up, man? Good game. Yes, indeed. Great game, TG. Appreciate everybody coming in. Y'all do us a favor. Make sure that you smash that like button for us as well, if you don't mind. And I think we had James coming back in now. James, are you with us? All right, so we'll wait on James to come in. We also got our guy Tay 6 in the building. What's going on with you, Tay? Says, what did we say, Ty? JJ got to show us something. I called it 2 interceptions. You did say it. You definitely did say it. And we said that on the eye test last week. Hey, JJ got to show us something. He got to show us something. And, he's still improving. And I'm sure it's a lot of people say Michael Penix is still improving as well. But our defense got his ass. Javinci is in the building. What's going on with you, Javinci? Appreciate you coming in, bro. Ain't seen you in a minute. Hope you've been doing good, man. Yeah, but jumping back to the game, y'all. Last night when I went on, I really reserved any kind of criticism I had for the game because I felt like it was such a important, somewhat big win for us, especially on national TV. So, I made sure to kind of hamper any, criticism I had. I will say this, y'all know how this fan base works. This morning, if you frequent the Falcons social media, areas such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, there was some criticism for the team, despite the win. So what I want to talk about, and I'm not saying that, as we talk about this, this is the segment now where we all just criticize. Because if you don't have any criticism, that's totally fine as well. But since I got everybody on the panel, I want, what did y'all think about the game as a whole? We talking about everybody now. We talked about the Rookies just a moment ago, but now it's time to dissect the game. Now that we done slept on that victory and everything, we're gonna start this one out with Coach. Coach, let us know what you thought about the game holistically.
So as I find it funny, bro, because I give you so much crap because I'm like, Toddy, have you seen enough yet? I don't, people jump on me, which is fine. I seen this last year, first 3 games. I called it. Dosey and the DC needed to go last year. This year again, I don't understand, how anyone can still give him grace for all last year. I was told he don't open the playbook up because of Kirk Cousins. That's why he don't open up the playbook. This year, man, it's just, it's mind-boggling to me to watch us play. At one point, the Vikings literally put 7 in the box. Literally put 8 and 9 in the box, and we continue to run. I get it. It is working, but when there's teams that know what you're going to do and have a proven quarterback in the backfield, that's not going to work. For the life of me, I don't know why we don't run a spread um, to get those people out of the box so that Bijan could eat. You know, if you spread people out, and then throw it or play action or whatever you're gonna do, but you spread people out, that gives Bijan less uh, people in his box, and I just don't understand. It's at some point he's gonna turn to Christian McCaffrey, and the injuries gonna start piling up because we just running him in the dirt. So my criticism really is on the offensive coordinator. It is watching that game last night was so unbelievably boring outside of defense. Like offense with the ball, I was like, man, when is this game over? What quarter is it? How much time is left? Hurry up, just be over. Like it's so boring. Um, because there's nothing really going on. I will say this: I have been giving Michael Penix, not smoke, but I haven't been quick to anoint him like everyone else has. But I will say he's showing me improvement. He did miss a couple of passes last night, um, but I mean he's a young quarterback, so I give him grace on that. So he's improving, and that's what I want to see. Um, so I definitely can see him, being our quarterback of the future. Uh, he has more work, of course, but I'm not gonna give him anything this week. Uh, he missed some passes, but it is what it is. Uh, and then I said my last thing real quick. Uh, I, as far as the defense goes now, I am not as optimistic as everyone else. The sacks were great, um, but a lot of those sacks were due to JJ holding the ball too long. Not only one sack was under 2 seconds, and that was the one that Walker got. Every other sack was really due to JJ holding. It was more than 2 seconds, so that means he was holding the ball too long. Um, any other proven quarterback would have probably got the ball out. So great job on the young guys getting there. But again, uh, I need more from my coaches, a lot more. So that's where I was. Good game, great win. But yeah, the coaches got to do better. The players are playing, the coaches just simply have to do better. That's my thoughts.
All right, that's fair criticism. Let's say we go to the next. I know. I think Red came. Look, Red might be working. Yeah. So okay, we'll wait on Red. Winston, you want to go next? All right. So Winston might be away. What about James? You there?
Oh, I'm here. My bad.
Okay. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So the way I see it, you know, um, there's a lot to be excited about from you know what transpired last night. Um, Definitely a lot to build with. Every piece that was added to the team did their job, and that's the beautiful thing about it. Um, like we've shown in these first two games, we can get after you with the pass, or we can get after you with the run. That's dangerous. That's dangerous because however you want to play us, if you want to stop the run, we can go over your head. If you want to stop the pass, we can beat you with the run. Like everybody was sitting there saying, like, well, game one, we didn't run the ball. We had less than 100 yards as a team, blah, blah, blah. All right. What happened game two? We go over 220 yards rushing. Bijan out there looking like a human joystick. Man, oh my God. Man, those cut. Hey, Bijan is something special, man. I'm sorry. Like, there's no other way to even try to describe it. He's just something special. I mean, like, you can't give him. You can all the superlatives you can sit there and think of, give it to him, and you still can't come up with enough. He's just different. He's him. He's him. Now, once the offensive line get to full strength and be able to marry the pass game with the rushing game, and if this defense stays on the track that it's going, we're gonna make noise. We are going to make noise this postseason. Promise you. Because like what it's looking like, I'm seeing a lot of shades of 2016. We just don't have the high flying offense as of right now. But in 2016, everybody remember we drafted Devondre Campbell, Deion Jones. What, Grady came out of that draft? Yeah, Grady came out in that draft too. Like it's a lot of similarities to it. And those defensive rookies made a huge impact. Shout out to Virginia Tech, because Virginia Tech is showing up on this team. Divine Diablo and Romo, both from Virginia Tech.
The kicker?
Yeah, the kicker. He's from Virginia Tech too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. But Diablo was the safety for Tech, and then the Raiders. Once he got to the league, the Raiders made him a linebacker. So he's still learning on the job. Like, people understand that. As good as you seeing him play right now, he's still learning on the job. This is what we envision Troy Anderson to do. And Troy came and stepped in that man's shadow. In my opinion, I'm being honest. When he came to step in that man's shadow, it's night and day. Instincts are night and day between the two.
It's not even comparable.
It's not. It's nowhere close to it. But carry on.
Great analysis, bro. Ron Thomas. Let us hear it.
Zach Robinson, how long would it take for you to open up the playbook? Use all your pieces that you got on the field. This is not checkers. We playing chess. Use everybody to their advantage. I mean, we should have dropped 38 on Minnesota last night. Because the way the running game was going, if we would have thrown the ball, I don't think Minnesota would have came after us like they did. Spread the ball all the way around. Open up the playbook.
And also we got our guy Slim in the building, Slim $87. Slim, what's been going on? Long time no see, my friend.
Man, what the move is. Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, you coming in perfect, man. Like you done bought a new mic or something.
Nah, man, I'm just doing my college work.
Yeah, but you in good, man. What we're doing is we giving our initial thoughts on yesterday's game, whether that be heavy praise, heavy criticism. You know, what's your initial thoughts on what you saw from your team last night on Sunday Night Football?
Me, I like it. I think it's based off of a lot of their studies of what they thought that they was going to face going into the game, and I think they made a strong emphasis that they was going to run the ball. So I kind of like it because it shows that they are willing to adapt and change based on the opponents they're playing, and they're not going to back away from something just because it gets a little pushback. So I like it. Only downside I seen was in the red zone. I don't think they attacked the end zone when they was in the 20-yard line as much because they was just sticking to the run game. But overall, you can't get mad at. Well, I won't apologize for a win. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
I'm in the same boat, bro. No apologies given. I want to continue to talk about what you just mentioned about the red zone. Before we do that, I know we've only played 2 games, y'all, but I'm gonna ask a big favor of everybody on the panel. On a scale of 1 to 10, give me your grade solely for the offensive coordinator. I ain't talking about defensive coordinator, the head coach. I ain't talking about Bijan, the Penix. Solely for the offensive coordinator on a scale of 1 to 10, Slim, what would you give Zach Robinson?
For just these 2 games, I give him a B. And the only reason I give him a B.
1 to 10, Slim.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was a grade. I give him a 5. I think it's more average. Because I think the defense is keeping us in these games. So I give it a 5.
All right, that's fair. Average. All right, Winston, scale of 1 to 10, what do you give your offensive coordinator? Solely the coordinator, no players or no other coaches, strictly Zach Robinson.
Zach Robinson, with what he have to work with, I give him a 7.
Oh, that's a good
Like,
grade.
yeah, I give him a 7 because like the whole thing is you're still weak at right tackle, so you sitting there, and then you got to remember too, game 1, Mooney wasn't in the game. See what I'm saying? There was no threat of taking the top off for the defense. Well, of the defense, so that hampers you as the offensive coordinator. He called a game to be won in game 1, but extenuating circumstance causes not to win. Game 2, well, all right, y'all want to sit there and play us for the pass. Okay, that's cool. Let me just smoke your ass with this rushing attack. And he got the job done. And the defense did their part. So yeah, I give him a 7.
All right, we got a 7 from Winston. Coach, on a scale of 1 to 10, what grade would you give Zach Robinson?
You know I'm gonna give him a 1, bruh.
1?
This shit is trash. I'm not hearing. I'm not trying to hear about. He can't call it because of the tackle, and not near sack that's came from that tackle. I'm not trying to hear. Players missing. The plays that are being called are rudimentary, vanilla. There's nothing to it. Like, yeah. I mean, it's just so asinine. How bland this offense is, and it's a good thing we haven't played a high-powered offense yet, because if our defense falters, I have no faith that he can call up a game that'll put us back in it. So, yeah, I give him a 1.
Give him a 1.
Hello.
James, that's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, what's good, James?
What's going on? I got a few minutes. What's going on?
All right, so what we're doing is we're giving our, well, first off, let us know your thoughts about yesterday's game, whether that be heavy praise, critical praise, et cetera, whatever you think about yesterday's game. And then also we're giving a grade for Zach Robinson, solely Zach Robinson, no other coaches, no other players, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Well, the game yesterday, I give heavy praise to the game due to the circumstances and the situation the team was put in. I give heavy praise because last week, week 1, you couldn't run the ball. This week, you set the tone with the run game. That's the main thing. I give Zach Robinson that. On a certain situation with Zach, though, he has to grow, but that comes with a coordinator in general. And overall, with that defense, my God, boy, I almost had a shot praise. I almost had a praise title. That defense yesterday, they set the tone. That's a defense we've been looking for years. They are doing a good job. Nate Ollie, Jeff Olbrich, and anybody on that staff, man, Jerry Gray, I give them high praise. And to answer your question with Zach, I give him a 7.5. Even though he was critical in some areas, that he when it came down to the goal line, it came down to being down there in the goal line in certain situations and everything like that. He called a good ass game yesterday within the run game. He knew what he was struggling with at the end, and he set the tone for the run game. And even the players said yesterday, they told Raheem to keep running the ball. Lindstrom said keep running the ball. And that's what he did. And he called a good run game yesterday. So I give him a 7.5.
That's a good score. And before we go to John and then Tay, let me give a shout out to our guy On The Mark from the On The Mark YouTube channel. Y'all make sure that y'all do subscribe to Mark, one of the greatest Falcons content creators doing it. So, you know, if you're not already subscribed to his channel, make sure to go over there and show him a whole bunch of love, man. Puts out some superb content. And now let's move over to John Harris. John, what is John? Well, I think we just all. Oh no, John's still there. John, how you doing, sir?
Oh, pretty good. How about y'all? You guys, good to see all y'all. Is that Slim?
What's up with you, John?
I'm going to Slim, man. I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays, as the old folks say.
What's up with you, John?
Yes,
Man,
sir.
I just
Yes,
been busy, man.
All right. I'm ready for questioning, Your Honor.
All right, defendant. What we're doing is now what we're doing, John, is like give us what you thought about the game. You know, like I said when I came on yesterday, you know, I kind of reserved criticism because you know I thought it was a real good win, but today is a different day. So just give us your synopsis of what you thought about the game, watching your team last night on national TV. And then once you do that, you know, give us a grade solely for Zach Robinson, no other players and no other coaches. After 2 games, what grade would you give him on a scale of 1 to 10?
Last night, thank you, Atlanta Falcons. From those of us who have been Atlanta Falcons fans for a very long time, your team did not embarrass the city Sunday night. We really appreciate that. You know, we can wear our uniforms wherever it is that we go around the country, at least for this next week. All right. Now, I've got to echo what James said. Man, it was just like a swarm of bees after a joker stomped on one of them. The Falcons defense was all over. Man, they were all over them jokers like maple syrup, man. And I have not seen that since the Grits Blitz day. And I was just effusive in my praise of how the defense responded. You saw it last week, but to our help, we got some holding calls yesterday. You know, because they know they can't hold us. But if they can get away with it, and the referee's not saying anything, that's a problem. You know, you're never going to, you know, there were people that were misaligning this defense last week because we weren't getting the holding calls that they were doing to us so that we couldn't get any sacks and we couldn't get any pressure. But this week we did look great. Our running game was kind of like when Arthur Smith first came here and we discovered we had one. 170 something yards out of Bijan. 70, 90 yards out of Algier.
76.
Yeah, 76 yards out of Algier. Yeah, you know, and I was listening last week. Well, no, it was this morning on 92.9 The Game. And it was said that the offensive line and the offensive line coach came to Zach Robinson and said, hey, we messed up last week. It was our fault. The offensive line blamed themselves for what took place. So this week, it was from what I could see, it was a notable nastiness that they had this week. Plus the fact our backfield was full. Yeah, you know, you had 2 running backs and a fullback disguised at the tight end back there, and you ran the ball. And this is something that I have been, y'all know, I've been hollering and acting a fool about putting a fullback back there in the backfield for the longest.
You have.
Now, to the grades. Now, your question was about Zach Robinson.
Yes, a scale of 1 to 10. What grade would you give him after just 2 weeks? Solely Zach Robinson.
I'm going to give him, after 2 weeks, an Atlanta Public Schools grade of 2.
He sound like Coach.
Yeah, and I agree with Coach. And this is the reason why. Last night, they timed Michael Penix's time to throw. No. His release times when he crunk up and got ready to throw. That was one throw that was under 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That was one throw under 2 seconds. Now, if this man can do this with this ball, why in the world are we running these long pass patterns? Because you could have treated the pass like an extension of the run, not just throwing it out of the backfield, drags, slants, comebacks, things of that sort. Okay? You know, because see, the thing is, we survived last night. And you know, we beat up on a team that thought they had something. And I'm glad we got quote unquote revenge for what took place last year. All right. But you can't live like this. You can't live like this, man. My offense needs to be diversified. You know, because see, hey, you know, in my eyes, Michael Penix looked better last year than he did this year. With the throws that he was making and the decisions he was making, he was looking better last year, tail end of last year, those 3 games he played, and he's been looking the first 2 games of the year. Now, so, you know, I got to put it on the offensive coordinator. In my opinion, the offensive coordinator is not doing his job. That man needs to come out the booth and come down on the floor. And if he needs to see what's going on, you know, out there in the field before he makes his call or whatever, put him a 95-inch big screen down there and let him watch it while he's sitting on the sidelines so that he can talk to his quarterback, he can talk to his running backs, talk to everybody down there on the field when he gets an opportunity. Go to Walmart, and they ain't but $400-some, get you a big screen TV and watch it. You know, down there on the field. That's all I got.
John want that man to be playing mad on the sideline.
But you know what people have been saying, that the advantage of a person up in the booth is to be able to see what the defense is doing all over the field. Okay. Instead of him because see, you remember last night, Penix had trouble hearing. Okay. He was saying that the plays were coming in slow. All right. Now, eliminate that lag by you being down there. Eliminate that lag by you being down there. Okay.
The distance ain't gonna change the lag.
Well, it might. I don't know what type of wire they using down there. Them joker might be using 2 cans and a string to get the plays in or whatever.
Like, if he's calling the play directly to Penix, then I mean, like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's going in the helmet. Yeah, it is going in the helmet.
If he's relaying it to the quarterback coach to give him the play, or, you know what I'm saying, they throwing in signals or something to give him the play, then, like, there's nothing Zach can do about it.
So, what if he's down there and Zach is giving it straight to him?
I mean, like, all right, so if Zach is on the sideline, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking directly in his helmet, or if he's up in the booth,
is anybody talking?
Huh?
Yeah, Winston talking. Can you hear?
Can't hear Winston. Hold on. Let me fix something over
here. Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Slim mouth was moving, but I couldn't hear him for a second.
Yeah. So if Zach is up in the booth or down on the field, and there's a lag in the play caller, like, communication wise, you can't change it. The only way you be able to change it is going with hand signal. So you had to call down to somebody on the sideline and give hand signal. Like, Zach, even if Zach was on the sideline, Zach's not gonna give a hand signal. He's gonna tell somebody else, and then they will give the hand signal to Penix.
But was it that Zach wasn't coming up with the play on time? Because Penix, you know, you remember we had to call that timeout, and Penix was visibly upset and, you know, demonstrative that, you know, give me the play. And then I think it was one time they were saying they couldn't hear when they got down at near the goal line. They said they couldn't hear. But there was one time that Penix had to call a timeout and went to the sideline, motioning at the sideline like he wasn't getting anything.
That was early in the game. And real quick, y'all, let me let Tay give his synopsis.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you good. Tay, you with us?
Yes, sir. What's up, fellas? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you coming in good. Tay, what we doing? We're giving our synopsis of the game. What went good, what went bad, whatever. And also on a scale of 1 to 10, what grade would you give Zach Robinson? Solely Zach Robinson, no players or no coaches. You got the flow.
Okay. So I'm gonna follow up what John said. The Falcons didn't embarrass us. We wasn't, hearing this and that on social media. I mean, we still heard a little bit, even though we won. But y'all know what I mean. The game where, it looks like we're going to be dominated. It looks like they're going to take this. We played in a hostile environment, and the boys came out ready to play. They came ready to play. Defense, Xavier Watts, I already said he was going to get him an interception. I knew it. I said, hey, Tidy, we said it. JJ got to show us something. He's going to give us 2 interceptions.
Got to show it.
Shout out to the defense. Shout out to our rookies. And then also another thing about the defense, after AJ went down, we didn't let Justin Jefferson get loose. Shout out to that. They remained solid, but when you have constant pressure like that, and then a quarterback like JJ, we getting in his head. So shout out to the rookies. Everybody just about said everything. Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., and then not only the sacks, it's the constant pressure we was putting on them. Almost getting there. I feel like we could have almost got more than 6 sacks. Zach Robinson. The grade I'm gonna give him a D-.
1 to 10.
1 to 10. I give him a 3.
A 3.
Reason why I say that. When your defense is creating turnovers, we're inside the 30. We're inside the 40. We cannot keep kicking field goals. We are not going to beat no good teams like that. We making stops on 4th down. It's not just the turnovers. We're making stops on 4th down. They're going for it on 4th down. We're getting the ball right back. Billy Bowman had the interception. We right there within the 40 to 30. I get it. Playing we're going to run the ball on them until they can stop it. But it's some possessions, some drives where we just kept running the ball, and Minnesota knew what was going on. Same thing with Tampa Bay. They're stacking up the box. You got Mooney back, so it really shouldn't be no excuses about the speeds to stretch the field. I still want to give them a couple more games, though, but it's a little concerning. I'll be lying if I say it wasn't concerning. We got to turn those field goals. We got to get some touchdowns. We can't just keep relying on field goals. And that's just about it.
Yeah, well said, Tay. So I'm gonna ask y'all, what's going on? What's up with the offense? We currently ranked 19th in the NFL, minus these 2 teams playing tonight. Well, 4 teams playing tonight. 19th in the NFL in scoring. What y'all think we got to do to start, putting more touchdowns on the board? Slim, I think he on mute.
He has to. The OC has to spread out the offense, man. Again, I am not sure why that is not his first thought. You have arguably the 2 best running back tandem in the league, and you're allowing teams to stack the box. It does not, in my opinion, it makes no damn sense. That is an egregious error in coaching, in my opinion. Spread them out. Even if you're not going to throw the ball, put 3 or 4 wide receivers out there. Put 3 wide receivers and Kyle Pitts there. Spread the defense out. We're not. I'm looking last night. We got 2 wide receivers on one side of the field. They ain't paying them wide receivers no attention. They put 8 smooth in the box, and we run straight into them over and over and over. And like Tay said, you defense is giving you the ball. This is why I made the comment about high-powered offense. Like, let's say we was to play Buffalo. Your defense can only hold up for so long. They play lights out right now, good, great. I ain't even saying we couldn't hold Buffalo down. But what I'm saying is when you play great teams with great coaching, great quarterbacks, and pretty decent receivers, you have to utilize opportunities you're given. And when you're given, your defense is holding strong, giving you the ball back, stopping them on fourth down, and then you just do run play after run play after run play with them stacking the box. Like, two things will happen. Either one of your running backs will get hurt, or they're going to sooner or later stop you. And then, then it's solely up to the defense. And if it's solely up to the defense, at some point, they're human. They're going to get tired. A big play is going to happen. They're going to score. And so, he has to make it. If running is going to be his game plan, he has to make it easier for Bijan and for the tank. And in my opinion, that is spreading out the offense, and which in turn spreads out the defense. Get them guys out the box so that Bijan can't break a nice 40, 50, 60-yard run. That's my opinion.
So my opinion about it is, one, from week one, I think the reason why the Falcons kind of bailed on the run game is because, one, we have to understand that Tampa is one of the top run defense in the league. We can't just say, well, we want to do this and then that's exactly what's going to happen. No. And also, going into week two, it was clear that Drake London and Darnell Mooney was still hurt. So they was going to overemphasize the run, and it was working. So why go away from it if it's working? And the good thing about the run is you're still stalling the clock. So you're keeping the opponent's offense from getting on the field. So the thing is, yes, it's easier said than done, but the thing is you have to give the offensive coordinator his credit for adjusting to what the game was dictating. Just because going back and forth, each week one side of the ball is going to be better than the other side of the ball. Yes, the offense scores points, but Zach Robinson gave us in both games a chance to actually tie or win the game. So yes, it wasn't putting up high-powered scores and the defense was winning, but we can't just say, well, eventually the defense is going to bottom out, because we don't know that. And you're going to have to play how the game is being dictated. This is why you have to go and study the film. Look at the Houston Texans right now. They're struggling to run the ball on Tampa Bay. You have to give Tampa Bay their credit, because they are a good run defense team. In 2023, they was number 1. In 2024, they dropped down to number 7. So you're not going to just, well, I want to run the ball on them, so I'm going to run the ball on them. No, you're going to have to start passing the ball. This is why Penix had to throw the ball 42 times. They didn't want to have him throw the ball 42 times, but that's how the game dictated it. And with this game, when the first play of the drive, Robinson picked up a large chunk of yards. I'm going to go back to that well, and you couldn't stop it. And not to mention, we saw how it was in the fourth quarter. That defense was completely exhausted. So it was smart to stay with the run game instead of just trying to pass. Now, granted, I agree. In the red zone, they kind of went super conservative, but they still played the game how the game was being dictated.
Oh, I thought somebody was calling me.
Somebody got a jail call, isn't there?
Yeah, I thought somebody was calling me.
That was my bad, fam. I forgot to mute my mic. What's up, everybody?
Oh,
you good, bro? What's going on, Mark?
Man, ain't nothing.
Oh, what?
And also, Marcus, go ahead and give us, your thoughts on the
Yeah.
game, whether it be good, bad, or or whatever. And also let us know what we're doing is we're giving Zach Robinson a score on a grading scale of 1 to 10. So you got the flow, bro.
Man, listen, defense. I mean, I hadn't seen that in a while. Impressive. When I had to go back and look at when's the last time I've seen our defense dominant like that, we talking 2017. When we were ranked, I think we were top 10 in total defense in 2017. I think it was either 2017 or 2018, one of those years. So rookies got off, man. Secondary, I mean, they played fantastic ball. They took Justin Jefferson completely out of the game. Aaron Jones couldn't do anything. No, they had no answer for our defense. And mind you, Kevin O'Connell on the other side is a good offensive coordinator. That ain't no bum over there. So we were able to mitigate the damage. They only put up 6 points the entire game. That was in the first half. They ain't put up nothing after AJ Terrell went out. Now, on to your boy, our OC, Zach Robinson. I'm giving him a score of 1. If I could give him a score of 0, I would. This is why I'm giving him a 1. We gave you a pass last year. We gave you a pass. You had a whole entire offseason. And some of the play call made absolutely no sense. None. You're running on a 7-man box. When you got a quarterback that has a cannon for an arm, you got Drake London on one side, you got Mooney, you don't take shots. He is, dude, I'm telling y'all, I hope this does not happen. He's going to run Bijan into the ground. One of the main reasons why we were successful last night on offense is because you got a freak of an athlete in Bijan, and then Tank just runs through lines. If those would have been 2 just regular running backs, we getting dog walked. Them just the facts. Them are the facts. And then I pointed this out yesterday. If Olbrick wasn't our DC and Jimmy Lake was still our DC, we would have got pounced last night. So when you look at that, that's how badly the offense is being called right now. Our defense single-handedly not only kept us in the game, gave us 3 damn turnovers, gave us 6 sacks. And you mean to tell me we didn't score a touchdown until the 4th quarter? And that was a gimme touchdown? Come on, bro. We have a major issue right now with our coordinator. A major issue. And if this does not get rectified quickly, mind you, I think we got Buffalo in 2 weeks. You ain't going to be able to play Buffalo putting up 22. And when you look at some of this play call, I'm literally sitting here like, what's going on? The play call is coming in late. We're running the clock down to 2 and 3 seconds on a lot of these plays. We had these issues last week. We had 2 delayed games in the first series. And I'm like, bro, did y'all not realize we coming into Minnesota? I said this last year, bro.
Yes,
I said
Mayfield hurt. Oh,
I said this last year, bro. And I think John just mentioned it. Your boy Zach need to be down there on the field. Period. He don't deserve to be in the booth right now. Cause you can't trust his play calling.
Mayfield, it looked like Mayfield got hurt, but he hopped up.
Yeah, that man.
You can't be wishing for another quarterback to get hurt now. Come on.
look, man, you gotta keep it 100, man. That's the only way the Falcons gonna take over the Bucks, man.
I disagree with that because we walked him down. We walked him down last year.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you forget?
And we should have won. We should have won last week.
We should have won the division last year because the thing was we swept the Bucks. They were in the rearview mirror. All right, Bucks in the rearview mirror.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
No. Whoa! Wait a minute, Slim. Are you remembering what happened last year?
It don't matter what happened. It don't matter what happened.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
I'll be back real quick, fam.
Sometimes
Slim,
you
it
can't
does
All right, bro.
matter.
look.
Hold
Sometimes
on,
you
Slim.
can't take away the
Slim,
heart. You can't take away the heart. And Baker Mayfield got more heart than any
Slim,
quarterback in
Slim.
the
I'm not
NFL.
doubting nothing about no heart, but see, the thing is that if you don't have a heart, that heart part was put to the side last year because we did all that we could do with Tampa Bay when we played them one-on-one. We beat them twice. That's all we could do. In head-up matchup, we beat them 2 times. We dropped 4 straight games, and they caught up with us.
You right.
Now,
Because of who? Baker Mayfield.
not because of Kirk Cousins.
No, I'm talking about the reason why they look. Tampa Bay went 5 out of 6.
What if we had won those 4 games? If we had won those 4 games, if we had won those 4 games, the tiebreaker would have gone to us because we beat them and swept them.
But notice how you started your sentences. But I'm talking about like we should have won. We should have won this game. We should have won this game a bit against them. But
You're right about that.
Baker running up that field, getting those yards, and listen. I don't like Tampa Bay not one bit, but you got to give Baker Mayfield that credit. That boy, it got hard, and sometimes that would get you over the hump, and that's what's getting the Bucks over the hump.
Hold on. How we get to Baker Mayfield though? We talking about we can't go for no 22 points on Buffalo. We can't keep just running the ball again. That's what we're talking about. And then Kirk threw. Do we not remember Kirk threw 500 yards on Tampa Bay last year? Then turned around, threw another almost 300 yards, 2-3 touchdowns on them. Tampa Bay has always struggled against our passing offense.
Like you're talking about heart, but did you watch the game from last week?
Yes, I did.
I do believe the biggest display of heart was Michael Penix sitting there trying to will his team to a victory, and it took not one game time or winning drive, but 2. Outside of that, there's nothing more than Penix could do because Penix didn't touch the ball anymore. He drove us down and got us a lead. He drove us down to go tie the game. Defense didn't do their part. They
I'm not knocking none of that. I'm not knocking none of that. But what kept Tampa Bay?
That's the first time Tampa Bay to beat us in almost a year and a half.
Hold on, real quick, y'all. Somebody got a bad echo going on right now.
Coach speakers. But what kept Tampa Bay on the field? Baker Mayfield stepped straight to the right, and he got like 15. I think he was their leading rusher. You have to acknowledge that. I think the Falcons have a better team than Tampa Bay. As a matter of fact, Tampa Bay have tons of folks getting hurt, but it's their quarterback that's keeping them in the game. Tampa Bay.
You're absolutely right about that, especially last week. Okay, because the defense had him solved, and if all of that holding hadn't took place last week, they would have got him on the ground because they were holding like people had handles on. Okay, now the reason why I said last year mattered as far as them winning the division was the fact that we fell down. They kept moving. Okay, that's the only reason. Because we were, I can venture to say that we were on our freaking way. 6-3, taking off, had beat the defending division champs 2 times at home and away. Now, going to what and emphasizing what Marcus was saying. See, this. And Marcus ain't coach. This is just ridiculous, man. This is just ridiculous. I agree 100% with what coach is saying because, see, man, I was looking at last week and looking at this week. If we ran the run and shoot, the Falcons would probably put up about 40 points a game with a quarterback with an arm like this and the receiving weapons we have. Man, shoot. Man, look here. The Falcons would have put up 40-something points a game, wouldn't spend no more than around about 2 minutes of offense on the field, walking 50 to 60 yards. You know, because hey, you only doing 80 yards now. Well, shoot, 75 yards now. If you take if they punt it and you just kneel in the end zone, you only working 75 yards.
But John, you know deep down what you just said is not true. Even
What? How is it not true?
Because Matthew Stafford got a stronger arm than Michael Penix, and he ain't putting up just running away from games like that. So
That's cap.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Stronger arm than Penix. That's cap.
Wait a minute.
That's flat out cap. I'm sorry. Matthew Stafford at no point in his NFL or college career has a stronger arm than Michael Penix. That is cap.
And you know that's not true.
No,
that is
and see, look, Slim. I'm not just talking about his arm. I'm talking about what the defense has to do against what we'll put up there in the run and shoot. Because your offensive line spreading them out. Well, there was a what was it, Georgia? Where it wasn't Georgia. One of the college teams said spread them out and pound them. Now, there was some other overtones to what that actually meant. But the thing was, if you spread them out and run against them, after you done burnt these jokers for a touchdown or two, or got big yardage on a pass play, a slant, a comeback, something of that nature, they're not going to load that box up like that. Because just like Marcus said, you running right into the teeth of the defense when you got a box loaded up with 7 people. Then you got all your wide receivers up close to the line of scrimmage. Soon as they sniff out run, what are those cornerbacks going to do? What are those safeties going to do? They coming right in if they can get past the wide receivers or tracking either left or tracking either right, depending upon whether you're going that way or not. So spreading them out, man, I'm all for that. And not no 5 wide receivers. Bijan back there behind the line will keep them honest as far as the run is concerned. Then play action, hey, man, it's easy picking.
Y'all know Madden 26 got free to play on weekends. If y'all want to run that philosophy, I'm telling you, you can do it on Madden. You can't do it in real life. A lot of the stuff.
Where do you think a lot of those philosophies come from, though? Where do you think a lot of those philosophies come from?
That's not as easy. It's not as easy how y'all are just explaining that. That is not as easy as that. If that was the case, then you got other teams who are way better than the Falcons who could do spread offense, and they're not even putting up heavy numbers like that. So it is. I understand the philosophy, but how can you do that when you clearly saw that Drake London and Darnell Mooney was still hurt in this game? You can't do it.
How did you see that?
Because they were still hurt.
How was that? Because both bait catches, I seen them both running all over the field. So how was it very noticeable that they were hurt?
Everybody on this panel, y'all knew that both of them were still hurt. They were still recovering.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Look, I'll do you one better. Any player that plays in the NFL, doesn't matter what point in the season it is, they're hurt. They're hurt. It is a gladiator sport. If you sit there and play a full-foot NFL game, you are hurt. Now, whether you voice being hurt or not, it is what it is. But you are hurt after that game. Now, Mooney came back, and you literally sat there and saw that the defensive field philosophy changed because the deep threat is now on the field. Why you thought we ran the ball so much? Yes, we were planning on already establishing the run anyway, but because you're worried about somebody going over the top, you adjust your defense for that factor. So what happened? It opens up the intermediary, it opens up the run game.
But did they do that?
We just ran for 220-something yards. What are you talking about?
You said Mooney. So once again, yes, they put them two back on
Did
the
Mooney
field.
play in game one?
No, what I'm getting at is, yes, we talking about last game. Yes, they put them two back on the field, because one, as you just said, it takes away from them trying to quickly load up the box. But you still can't take away the fact that they were still recovering. When Drake London caught that one pass and he got it, that was a perfect punch, and the ball flew out. They didn't come back to him for the next 2 quarters because you could see he was still kind of hurt. So the thing is, it wasn't that they was trying to, oh, since you fumbled the ball, we're going to punish you. No, he was still kind of hurt. And then you saw how he favored his shoulder when he fell. So the thing is, we have to look at stuff. In reality, this is not like Madden where you don't get injured. So the thing is, yes, people are hurt during the game or they're catering to minor injuries, but Drake London and them was still recovering from a shoulder injury. So
I got a question real quick. Were they any more hurt than who was that? Terrell Owens in the Super Bowl?
No.
See now,
No.
and not to mention,
Were they any more hurt than Devontae Freeman and Alex Mack in the Super Bowl?
But what did Raheem Morris and not only that, the offensive players say before the game, during the game, and after the game? They was going to overemphasize on the run. They was going to make you stop them on the run. That was their game plan going into that week. So once again, how if they already have the game plan set up, how can you say, well, I don't like that game plan? It worked. We won. It doesn't matter if we won by 1 point. We won.
You said that didn't like the game.
No, but you said it's gonna work on the Buffalo Bills. We're saying that's not gonna work on the Buffalo Bills.
I never said it's gonna work on the Buffalo Bills because it all depends.
You did say that.
I never said
that's the whole point of us. That's the whole point of us talking right now.
Work on the Buffalo Bills because the point is, you can't say this type of game plan will work on the Buffalo Bills because the team we just played are not the Buffalo Bills. They have strengths different from what the Vikings have. The Falcons made sure that they was going to put pressure on the quarterback because the quarterback was still a rookie. Any person will tell you, if I'm going to play against a person who just got in the league, guess what I'm going to do? I'm about to start blitzing the crap out of it. I'm going to start bringing exotic plays. I'm about to start doing a lot of this stuff. So you can't just say, this is the game plan. We're going to stick with that the whole year. No, it's based on...
Let me ask you this. Because off of what you just said, you got a new quarterback, you just getting in the lead, this, that, and the third. I'm going to bring exotic plays. Right? All right. Penix just made his 5th start. Where, like, let's be honest, where was the exotic plays against Penix?
They did try to do that. They did try to do that. But the good thing about Penix is,
if you have a quarterback that know how to sit there and dissect defense and be effective against it, it does not matter because he can neutralize it.
Did you watch?
My only pushback on that, Winston, is when our running game goes over for, when we run the ball over 200 yards as a team in the game, that is going to kind of counterbalance, certain type of blitz packages that the Vikings, threw at us. Because now you got to,
I'm not negating that.
Now you got to concentrate on stopping the run, specifically stopping Bijan.
I'm not negating that at all. So let's go back to week 1. We played Tampa Bay. Where was all these exotic blitzes and all this stuff that was supposed to neutralize Penix?
When we played Tampa Bay, they tried to do that.
Penix knows how to read a defense and get the ball out quickly.
Yes, but once again, they tried to do that. You're not. Hold on.
Let me finish my point. As a quarterback, if I know how to read a defense and I'm able to get that ball out of my hand, it doesn't matter what you do on defense. Pass rush, it does not matter what you do on defense because I can beat that pass rush. And you saw that last week. You literally sat there and saw Penix drive us up the field. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 times in clutch moments. Whether it was on by foot or air, he didn't care. He got the job done.
And they tried to put exotic.
They tried to do Minnesota said that had. Hold on. Minnesota had to adjust their defense accordingly to that. Because what I
And
just
they
saw
got
from last
Penix.
week,
They got
from
Penix.
what
They got Penix on stunt blitz.
how,
And the
did,
thing is, here's
how
the
many
thing
sacks they
about
had last night?
they had, I think, around
3.
2 or 3.
They
Yeah,
But
had
3.
once
3 sacks.
again,
That's
but hold on,
to
but
be
hold on.
honest, that's like a normal
Here's
sack
what
total.
you're purposely ignoring. The thing
What
about
is
Penix that makes him probably one of the best not necessarily rookie, sophomore quarterbacks in the league is how he stands in the pocket towards the blitz. He doesn't. He plants himself before he throws the ball. Everyone acknowledges, even after the game when they did the interview on the field, they asked Penix, they was bringing a lot of exotic blitzes towards you, and you still stood in the pocket and just threw the ball. And he said, based on my injuries and stuff, I just play how the game goes. Blase. He did the football talk. But once again, they did do blitzes on Penix. It's
okay?
just that Penix didn't bite on the. That's one of the things that's
So
one of his strongest.
where did I negate that? Because I literally just sat there and said, if your quarterback know how to read a defense and get the ball out of his hand, he can negate the pass rush. I didn't negate what they did towards him. I say he was more effective against what they was trying to do
And JJ
towards
wasn't.
him.
That's not our problem. JJ wasn't.
Who
JJ
the hell
was
talking about
cluttered up.
JJ?
But I'm talking about they both was doing we
Hey,
was
Tyler,
doing
man, listen to me,
exotic
fella.
blitz. We was doing exotic blitzes on their quarterback, and they was doing it on us. We benefited. They didn't. And then we tried to do the same. I mean, we tried to do exotic blitzes. We tried to scheme blitzes on Tampa Bay. The problem is with a veteran quarterback like a Baker Mayfield, what did he do? He stepped to the side because once again, you're coming downhill. You are committed to that angle. He stepped out of the angle. Guess what that means? You're out of the play now. You're not going to touch him. And he got like 10, 15, and 20 yards running. That's the difference between playing the Bills and playing the Minnesota Vikings with that kind of defense. You're going to have to be more smarter than what you're doing when you play Minnesota.
Now you
So,
can bring up the Bills this time, right?
Rich, your sign messed up, bro.
Hold on.
Hey, you're not getting a good signal out of that building, Red.
Red, somebody else got feedback too, though.
Yeah, it's terrible too.
It was Coach.
hey,
No,
yeah, okay.
Red looks like he's about to ask somebody if they ready to play a game. Man, in that saw warehouse, bro.
Red
at work.
Let's play a game.
Oh, I thought he was
for the past 5 years.
Let me ask this question to Slim, because I was listening. You know, the scheme was similar with Baker as it was with JJ, right? You know that, right?
I do know that. Do you talking about from defensive standpoints or from offense? Because
can y'all hear me?
You talking about defense or offense?
Can y'all hear me?
Because
yes,
you're good, James.
Slim.
Yeah, I heard.
I can't hear you.
No, you talking about from a defensive standpoint or from an offensive standpoint? Because from an offensive standpoint, the Falcons bailed on the run and started throwing the ball.
Is Slim saying something?
Yes, he is.
I can't hear him. Hold on.
But defense, they was playing the same type of defense that Obrick ran and the Jets when he was playing for the Jets. But the thing is, it has its weaknesses. It has its weaknesses and it has its strong points.
So let me ask you this. Do you think, back to, I don't even understand how we got way in the weeds to what you're talking about, but back to what Mark was saying, which still holds true. Do you think it's easier to run against 4 people, or do you think it's easier to run against 8 people?
That's a easier answer. It's easier to run against 4. You do it.
Okay. So when he said, and when I have said, this is the issue. You can say it's easier, but then turn around and talking Madden. If it's easier to run against 4 people, why would you continuously run with 8 people in the box? Regardless of what the game plan is, if the game plan is to run the ball, you can still spread the offense spread the offense, which then in turn spreads the defense, and then continue to run the ball. That has no bearing on you being able to run your game plan by spreading the offense. The reason why we were unsuccessful was running against Tampa Bay. It ain't because Tampa Bay's a great all-time run-stopping defense. It's because yet again we did the dumb thing of running directly into the wall by running Bijan, trying to run Bijan, and they only put 8 in the box. So they're not getting anywhere. They abandon the run and go straight to the pass, which then again would have been easier if they had just spread out the defense. They could have continued to run the ball, and if that wasn't working, made it easier for the pass. What you're saying is asinine, and it has nothing to do with Madden. It's just common football sense. You don't continue to run the ball against 8 people when you could just spread them out and then run the ball. I mean, it's just, I don't understand what we're talking about right now.
I'll say this real quick. Hold on. I'll say this real quick. I shouldn't, when Zach calls a run play, I shouldn't say, "Oh, I seen that run coming." Because if I seen it coming, you don't think the Vikings defense, Tampa Bay defense see it coming? It's like the same. And then the thing is, he does a motion. He does a certain motion with Charlie Warner, and that tells it all right there. Oh, they finna run it right up the middle. 8 people in the box. And then the thing about man, it ain't nothing to call a simple play action pass and beat them over the top or do a comeback route. Hit them with a play action. When Bijan is on that field, the defense is watching him. They're watching him. Hit him with a simple play action. That's it. You got him. That makes them step back a little bit. Now they ain't got no choice but to respect Penix's arm.
Okay, so what would y'all go ahead, Jay? My bad.
But the thing is, though, and I agree wholeheartedly with what y'all saying. But there was adjustments made from the first game to the second game with the run game. They ran a little bit more outside zone. They did try to run it up the middle, but they had more run plays. They even ran a trap play last night. So they did make some adjustments within the run game to make it successful. And they still try to put the 6 to 8 in the box last night, and they still couldn't stop it. So the adjustment, Zach, overall, I'm not knocking in certain situations. Let me say this, and I'm not knocking in certain situations that he needs to do better. But overall, he made the proper adjustments with the run game last night. And plus, you had teammates saying, keep running the ball. So he just listened to his players.
So the reason why I can't subscribe to that, because the same way you win is the same way you lose. Had we played a offense or quarterback who was even remotely better than JJ McCarthy, this could possibly have been a totally different game. That is the problem. If you think, let's just say we go into Buffalo. I don't even want to use Buffalo because they don't have the most outrageous defense to begin with. But a great defensive team is, you are going to have issues. It was working because they're not the best. They had hurt people and they're not the best run stoppers. Why? My point is, and I think Mark's point, I think Tay's point, and John's point, why make it harder on yourself? You can still run the ball. You can still run Bijan into the ground. Make it easier. Look at this play right here. There's no spread in this offense whatsoever. So everybody is packed in tight. Like this, just for you to be a pro coach getting paid millions of dollars to do this is asinine to me when you have some of the best runners on your team. You don't think Philly ain't gonna do this when they have one of the best running back on their team? They're gonna spread out the defense and give Saquon the best opportunity. Baltimore ain't gonna do this. They're gonna spread out the defense and give Henry a better opportunity. Only the Atlanta Falcons with our OC will allow 8, 9, 10, the damn near the whole damn team in the box and give Bijan the ball. That's the point.
Coach, let me ask you this question before we move on. Did they go spread at all last night?
No.
Yes,
I
they
didn't
did.
see it.
They did.
I didn't
They
see it.
did. They did.
I
They
didn't see
did
it.
because they did a direct hike with Bijan. They did a direct hike out of a spread set to Bijan, and Bijan got them yardage back. So they did go spread last night.
I didn't see a single.
And then a couple of those hits that Michael Penix took last night was from a spread.
I didn't see a single spread. You would have to show me that. 'Cause I didn't see a
Yeah,
single one.
I saw all that I saw through the pistol. I think the only one spread the only one spread formation I saw is when Bijan caught the ball and ran out of bounds. Outside of that, even the play that you're talking about, which was the direct snap to Bijan, he was right there with Michael Penix.
Yeah,
that's how he got the ball.
I could have swore there was a saying in football is if you don't like what we're doing, then you stop it. The Falcons was having tremendous success with the run game. Why do they need to change it? But what I'm getting at is it was working. It was working, and then
he clearly don't understand what we're saying.
What I'm getting at is even the coach and the other people who was over the team stated that we was going to go into this game overemphasizing the run, and it was working. So the reality is, yes, they could have spread the ball out more, and yes, they could have did this, and yes, they could have did that. But at the end of the day, whatever they came up with throughout the week that was based on their studies of the game and what game plan they said we was going to do going into that game, it worked. So why is it such a, oh my God, this was crazy and he failed doing this and he failed doing that? We won. We are.
I can hold on, fam. I can answer that.
The problem with it is because
hold on, fam. Let me get to this. Let me get to this real quick, and I'll shut up. This is the reason. This is the reason there's cause to pause. The only reason they were able to do that is because the defense shut Minnesota down. That's the only reason they were able to do that. Secondly, he's able to do that because Bijan is a freak of nature. Bijan's making the first guy miss. There was one play where Bijan made 3 guys miss. How many running backs are you going to see do that on a weekly basis? This is why I say Bijan is really making Zach look good. Because had we had an average running back, none of this stuff really happens last night. So we're trying to say, well, hey, it worked last night, so why are we complaining? It worked last night because the defense was able to shut Minnesota down, so we were able to run the ball. But even with that being said,
but do y'all really think the Falcons is going to say?
Oh, what happened to Mark?
Let me ask this question.
But before you answer that, let me just say this quick.
Because y'all sitting there trying to
y'all think the Falcons is going to go into the next game saying how we played this game is exactly how we going to play the next game? Do y'all really think that's what the Falcons is going to do? Or they're going to study the tape and see what?
Because he's been doing it game after game. And he's been doing the same thing since last year.
So more in week 1. So what are you talking about? They made adjustments. He threw the ball in week 1, and then he ran the ball in week 2.
When you play football, whatever you did today on this game against this team is for that team. You're not supposed to do this. I shouldn't go into Minnesota with the same game plan that I had against Tampa Bay. That makes absolutely no sense.
No sense at all.
Hey, I'm hearing some background. I'm hearing a lot of rubbing. Somebody rubbing.
Somebody got some feedback coming in.
Somebody rubbing press the feet together. Now, on top of that though,
Winston.
The way that y'all speaking about Zach Robinson, how many times have a special player made an offensive coordinator look good? That's the whole reason why you draft a special player. How many times had Julio made Dirk Cutter and Steve Sarkisian and all them boys look good? Because he's a special player. You play through your special player. Like I don't care what sport it is. If
That's
you
a
got a
fact.
special player, you play through him. You go through him to do whatever you're trying to get done. Go to basketball, Michael Jordan, triangle offense. The play went through Jordan. LeBron, the ball goes through LeBron. Like that's just how it is. Aaron Judge, like a special player is a special player because he is a special player. You go through him.
Tampa Bay.
And let me say this. They knew with Tampa that Tampa was most likely going to stop the run, so they hit them up with the quick passing scheme to try to get the yardage that they needed. When they went into the Minnesota game, they really didn't have to do that because they knew they can run the ball.
But that's what I was saying.
Hey, hold on, Slim. So you got to go in different each week, like Winston and Slim is saying when it comes to the play call. They did go spread, and a couple of those times when they went spread, Penis got hit on those plays. I think one. Yes, they did go spread. How you gonna tell me when they did went spread?
Okay, show it to me.
I don't know why y'all outside. I don't know why y'all outside.
Yeah, I don't even spread.
Hey, Red, we can't understand you. You got a lot of interference coming out that building.
Yeah, you in the matrix, brother.
Hey, Tidy. Hey, Tidy. Just show the film. Just show the film.
Just show the film.
Yeah, just show the film.
You gonna see them in spread. You gonna see them in spread besides the pistol. Just
Where
go
y'all
ahead
want
and
to
show the
start
film. You can start in the beginning.
So real quick, James. What are you saying is the spread, James?
Man, when you got a tight end, you got two receivers, and I'm 5 to 7 yards off the ball.
Okay.
And my running back is on the side of me, not behind me. Yeah,
okay.
I know what a basic spread is.
Oh, cause see, when a lot of times when people say spread, the first thing I'm thinking about is one running back in the backfield, 4 wide receivers out, spread laterally across the line of scrimmage, and that's the first thing that comes to my mind. But if that's a new definition of spread, hey, I'll accept it. But one thing I want, cause see, that's
John,
what I was used to.
Let me say this, John.
Yes, sir.
When you see that running back on there, when you look at this film, you see that running back on the side of him. You see that tight end down there. That's considered as a spread as well. You tight end Kyle Pitts. Or you see Kyle Pitts motion out there in the spread. You're going to see all of that. I looked at the game very closely last night.
The simplest way to know a spread is when you have 3 or more wide receivers on the field. That's how you know they're in the spread.
Not necessarily.
No. See, San Francisco. San Francisco.
Horizontally.
Nah.
See, San Francisco used to run 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and 3 wide receivers and a tight end on the line, and that was not considered a spread offense at that. And that was back in the 80s.
I'm gonna type it in, and so y'all can see.
Well, see, and don't go with no AI. Don't go with no AI. The AI tell you anything.
Hey, let Tidy go ahead and show the film, y'all.
Tidy, would you read first before you do it though, Tidy? Read the definition of a
Slam.
Shared understanding.
We got the basic understanding, Slam. He wants to show the film. Let Tidy show the film, bro.
Where y'all want to start at?
So we can have a shared understanding.
Slam, let him show the film, bro.
For real.
There go Red.
Red on the bus.
Sound like he on the water. All right, here we go. I gotta be careful with it tonight.
Fair use.
But they banned me last time I showed this. They
use fair use fair.
They cut the stream off and sent me an email and everything, boy. So if we only can do this in bits and pieces, y'all, that's why.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh wait a minute. From last year?
No, what that was, Coach. Last week, Coach? Coach still on. I think that was last week. They
What?
shut the stream down.
No. Which stream was it?
James, were you on here last week when they cut the stream? No, that was me and Winston was on here.
No. I wasn't on here last week. I didn't even know you had one live last week until I got off.
Yeah, me and Winston had went live and they cut the stream off. It was Wednesday actually.
Yeah, it was. Man, we was on there for like what? Like, well, no, you had been on it for a little bit longer than I got on there. It was like what, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, about 15 minutes. They said, okay, that's enough of that shit. I looked up and we just talking to the air.
Good grief, man.
We playing that shit.
Yeah, they getting straight about that shit. But I try my best. But like I say, it got to be kind of cut up. I might need to change the speed on here.
Or somebody talk over the play. You know what I'm saying? Talk over the play and keep it like a running commentary and see if that slides through.
Yeah,
but that was just do bits and pieces at a time. Like
that's what I gotta do. I gotta do bits and pieces. I gotta cut it up because the NFL they strict about their stuff. I just gotta cut it up.
Yeah, that,
hey, we might be on a list. You might be on a list.
You
we
might
tried
be
to cut
right.
it up last week. What he said on what was that, house party? Oh, you trying to get some cut up? Cut your little ass up. That what you two said at the time.
That's damn sure what they said, bro.
And here we go.
That's the first drive title.
Nah, we're about 26 minutes in, so we might be in the second quarter by now.
Yeah, that's that second quarter. Yeah. All right. Oh man, I need to put it on my other phone so I can see it. Oh man, eyes just ain't what they used to be.
I think against the Bucks, the Falcons ran I think around 46% in the pistol, and Zach Robinson reason for why they run in the pistol is because he said it helps the running back get an extra look at which gap he want to take when he's running the ball. So, like, this is coming from a Sean McVay type of tree. So, you know, he's gonna live and die by that pistol.
It's time for the young man to forge an identity of his own.
And not to mention, Michael Penix in college, he ran mostly out of the pistol. He said he's okay with it.
So, question of the day, just for people that are watching, would y'all consider this a spread offense?
Okay, roll it back. No. Roll it back.
Go to the other cam.
Yeah.
Is that a spread offense?
No, because that tight end, Kyle Pitts, is not a wide receiver.
No. They are too close. Those two wide receivers at the top of the screen need to be at the doggone yard marker. Right there at the 40, between 40 and the 30, and the one on the right needs to be over there. That is a true spread. Well, okay. What I was taught as a spread offense in the run and shoot or 5 wide receivers is that they are off of the line of scrimmage, and it's only those 5 down linemen there in the middle. Okay, or a tight end there that kicks out, but that's not spread out enough.
No, this is 12 personnel, and this is not a spread because you got 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. No, this might you got 2 tight ends. Is that who's right there by the right? Is that a tight end?
I'm pretty sure that is.
Yeah, that's tight end. So
which
you got
one? I don't know.
down lineman down
this
there.
Is a 12 person. This is a 12 man because you got the tight end. But a lot of people say Kyle Pitts is not a tight end. He's a wide receiver.
But see, the personnel grouping 12, as you said it, that can be a spread, and then again, it depending upon how they're lined up off the line of scrimmage, it can not be a spread also, because you so close on the line of scrimmage. Because see, when we used to run the run and shoot, you only had 5 down linemen. On 3rd down, we ran the red gun. You had 5 down linemen, and the 4 wide receivers were out. Okay, that's spreading them out. That's spreading them out. Okay, so I mean that was a definition that I grew up with.
True, but at the same time,
Well,
too,
who was that got killed like that?
you also got to remember, like, the formation itself is pistol. The formation is pistol. So the how can you call it?
And that's by virtue of the fact that the running back
of it is different.
Yeah, and that's by it's called a pistol because the running back is not beside the quarterback. Right?
It's called a pistol because literally the quarterback is in the middle of the formation, like the trigger of a pistol. That's
right, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's off the line of scrimmage because, see, if the running back was right beside him, it would be a shotgun by terminology, right?
He's halfway from a shotgun, behind the center.
But see, like the philosophy and fundamentals of the pistol is differentiate from a shotgun or an I formation or single back formation. Like the verbiage of it and your alignments, like, all right, single back, you want to spread the ball, you putting your wide receivers out there on the hash. Pistol is different. It's different. So, like, technically that is spreaded for a pistol, but it's not the same as a shotgun spread where I got 4 wide receivers out there.
No, the difference between a shotgun and a pistol is that the quarterback stands 3 to 4 yards behind the center.
Ain't nobody sitting there talking about the fundamental of it.
What I'm saying is that's how you know you in a pistol or a shotgun.
Everybody knows what a pistol is.
Yeah, but I know what I'm telling John is how you know if you in a pistol is if he's 3 yards behind the center. If he's 5 yards behind the center, he's in a shotgun. The reason why the pistol is the most adapted play right now, formation right now in the league, is because that's coming from directly from the type of players are these mobile quarterbacks, and it gives them a better chance to do these quick passes, and also it lets them see the safety. If they want to break it off with the run, they can. There's benefits to having a pistol formation, but once again, a lot of this stuff is being adopted from college because that's how these quarterbacks been running. A lot of quarterbacks don't play behind the center in college, and they're adopting the pistol now because it's more of you're a mobile quarterback. You can extend the play and you can get the ball out your hand much faster.
Now I understand that. And they are running the pistol in order, just like you said, Slim, in order to breach the gap between college and pro, because the quarterback does not have to learn as much as quickly transferring from college to the NFL. Because as we have noted, there was a group of quarterbacks, and it still may be going on. They've never been under center in their life. Okay, they've never been under center in their life. But NFL offenses, up until the time we got infiltrated with all of these college players and college coaches, that's what they ran when they came from. Okay, but the NFL, you got to be able to operate under center. You got to be able to operate under, in a shotgun, and it's just. I guess it's a watering down of the league in my opinion. But it is. Cause see, thing is now, you ain't ran no pistol in the doggone NFL until these people came from college, coaches as well as players, and wanted to run this and try something, which is no problem. Which is no problem as long as you are able to do all of this. Okay, the whole spectrum. But a shotgun, the difference between a shotgun and a pistol, the only difference is that running back that's behind, just like Winston said, that running back that's behind that quarterback, which is off of the line of scrimmage. If they were side by side, that is a shotgun. That's hey, when Dallas brought it out, that was called a shotgun.
Like,
What y'all say? That's the spread offense.
Now that they getting close, Toddy. They getting close, but
That's a spread offense, John. That's spread.
I would say that's a spread. I would say that's a spread.
That's a spread. That's a spread.
I would say that's a spread.
You see, he's 5'7". Hold on. He's 5 to 7 yards off the ball. The running back is beside him, and you see 4 receivers out there. You can even run out the spread set with the tight end right there. So that is a spread set. That's 11 personnel.
Now that is a spread, but you know I don't like it. Them doggone 2 wide receivers too close up there at the top. Doggone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that is a spread. That is a spread.
Yeah, he ain't run spread. They say he run spread. So
all right. So what? Okay. So my bad, fam. I had something to take care of. What y'all talking about with shotgun and spread and pistol and all this stuff?
Oh, we just trying to differentiate what is what.
You want? Oh, okay.
I think so. Yeah. More.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a spread formation right there.
Yeah, that's a spread.
What I'm seeing right now is a spread. You got 2 receivers down at the bottom off the line. You got another 2 on the opposite. Yeah, that's a spread right there.
The quarterback, but the quarterback.
Now, you can run out of that right there.
You can.
You can run out of that right there and keep them off there. Keep 8 out of the box with that formation right there. You run out of it and pass out of it. Man, shoot, it's all kind of stuff you can do with a Michael Penix with that type of arm with just short passes. I mean,
you don't think the defense can adjust? Like, do you think the defense got say so in the what you play? Or
depends upon what depends upon you. It depends upon the offensive coordinator, because see, you have offensive coordinators that will dictate to the defense what they are going to do. All right. And then you have others that will react to what the defense presents. You know, now Kyle Shanahan, he doesn't allow Brock Purdy nor any of his quarterbacks to audible the same way that he was trying to do with Matt Ryan here, because the philosophy was that the play that they call is able to overcome anything that the defense presents to him. If I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. That was a philosophy.
But at the same time, too, though, like, that's not dictating to the defense. That's being stubborn. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, win, lose, or draw. That's not dictating to the defense, because if the defense is keying off what you're doing, then you just playing into the defense's hand. That's being stubborn as an offensive coordinator. Then you can win. You can win if you beat if what you call generate more yards than what the defense is able to stop you on. But that's literally just being stubborn. I feel like most coordinators gonna send a quarterback into a play with like 2 plays at least. Like, hey, look, if this ain't the look, you know what I'm saying? If they ain't giving you the look that you expecting on it, audible to this. Audible to this. Let's get some positive yardage. We live to fight another down.
And also, we have to keep in perspective here. The team, no matter what team it is, they have 15 to 20 plays that they start the game off with. And after that, then they go off of what the game is looking like during the game. It's a 60-minute game. It's not just, oh, well, because you played this, I'm going to do this. No, we're assuming that the defense is stupid. These folks are stupid. It's not how people keep trying to just make it seem like, oh, wow, I'll run this play if you do this play. It's not that easy. If that was the case, then you should be putting up. Each team should be putting up close to 50, 60 points a game because
Red, mute your
everybody.
mic.
Mike
Well, I
Tyson
mean, this
said.
this
Mike
weekend,
Tyson
this
said
weekend they
this.
damn near did. So
Mike Tyson said this. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Hey, wait, whoa, man! Sound like somebody
Red,
building a
mute your mic,
house.
Red. I'm gonna have to mute his mic.
Red at the Ashby train station. Boy, he over there tripping.
But hey, just like Marcus said, you saw teams putting up bukus of points. And as a matter of fact, a couple of seasons ago, man, people were putting up 40, 50 points at various times during the year. Okay? Because see the thing is,
But you also know that's rare. That's not.
no, it's not.
that's not rare. Due to the
How many teams put up 50 points this week?
due to the rule changes over the course of the last 4 or 5 years, they've made the game a more offensive minded game. You know, that's why these teams are putting up the points that they're putting up. You look at our game on Sunday night. That's considered a low scoring game. Today's game, that's considered a very low scoring game.
Yes, and you're right. And the NFL is trying to put up these, but the problem is these defenses are smart. They're not going to allow you to just. It's not. If you look at the average point score in the game, it's around 20 to 30 points. It's not no 50, 60 points. You probably could get that 4 or 5 times out of the year. And that's not no each team putting up 40-something points. The Saints put up 40-something points, I think, for 2 weeks. And then after that, they fell completely off. But what I'm getting at is that right there. And then if you talk about, first we talk about regular season. Regular season people want to put up points, but they're not putting up points. They're putting up an average between 20 to 30 points. Then if you're talking about playoffs, the scores is even lower because
What was the final score in the Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl?
That was completely different because one.
So it's different now.
No, but what I'm saying is that was an anomaly because
when you make
the
this
Eagles
statement,
had
it gotta
pressure
be
on Kansas
generalized to
City
everything.
for the whole game with just 4 defensive linemen. Everybody knows that is not how you're not going to do that for one whole game. You don't even have to do a blitz. They ran 0 blitz and had tons of pressure on Patrick
What are you
Mahomes.
missing? That's what every team strives for. That's literally
Red,
why
mute your
teams sit
mic.
and draft defensive tackles and defensive ends because I
Hold on,
want to
tight.
be able to get after you with my front 4 instead of having to pull somebody out of coverage
It
to
don't
go
matter
get
what
pressure
you
on the
strive
quarterback.
for. The reality is we're talking about what's the actual stats or the numbers on the field. You're not getting you're gonna have to do exotic blitzes. You're gonna have to do stunts.
No, you don't.
You're gonna have to find a way to get through that line.
No, you don't.
Okay, let me ask you this.
All you need is a secondary that's able to sit there and hold up, and your front 4. If they got a modicum of talent, they'll be able to get a couple of sacks.
Okay, then so answer the question then. If that was the case, then why is it not happening where teams are just using 4 and getting 60 minutes worth of pressure on a player without having to do exotic blitzes regularly?
Easy. All right. So here you go.
Regularly.
Let's look. All right. Let's look at Dallas. Dallas, since Michael Parsons been there, majority of the time they run 4. They don't blitz a whole lot. They drop back and cover it. They're not sending a whole lot of heat. Why? Because I can get after you with my front 4. Philly, all last year, was not sending a whole bunch of blitz unless they wanted to go send a blitz. And then the person that they blitz end up getting a sack. Why? Because I can get after you with my front 4. Let's go back to let's go back to Minnesota when they had Jerry Allen. They won't send a whole bunch of blitz. They were getting after you with the front 4. Let's go back to us, Brisk Blitz. Front 4, front 5. Like, if you have that, hell, Denver won Denver lost won their last Super Bowl. They were getting after you with their front four, not the pulling somebody from the back seven.
Dallas blitz
Every team
between
stream,
you.
every team strives to be able to get after you with a front four. Look at the Giants. The Giants literally said they revamped their entire defensive line. And now they have, to be honest, they literally have one of the best defensive line in the league. It just got to gel together. But they have the talent. They're
Wait,
not going to send a whole bunch of blitzes. Why? Because they are
that's
able to
not
get
true.
after you with their front four.
Dallas blitz a total of 25 to 30% per game
So
last
what are you
year.
doing on the other 75%?
No one blitzes every game.
What are they
That's
doing
still
on
a
the
good
other
chunk.
75%? Like
So
you're saying they blitzed 25%
that's
last year.
still a good chunk. You know how many plays? I mean,
That's
how many
really a
drives?
quarter
You know
of
how
your
many
defensive
drives you
play.
get in an average game? Around 10 to
Oh.
15. That's a good chunk. So what are you talking about?
So
Like
all right, so
this is
let's say 15. You get 15 drive a game, right? So 25% of 15 would be what? Roughly 4.
that's still a good chunk. Like that's still a good
So
chunk.
so
We're
out
talking
of 4
about we're
drive I'm
talking
blitzing
about
them.
drives now. We're
So
talking about drives.
what am I doing on the 11 other drives?
It's like arguing with LeBron fans.
What the heck?
Like no,
Like
that's still a good chunk of blitz.
you're throwing numbers, but it does not support your argument.
No, it does support
No,
my argument.
So
no.
It's
Slim.
like,
So
You sitting there
Slim.
saying
like,
that they sit
like,
there and blitz, if they sat there and blitz like 46% of the time, 50% of the time, okay, I'm down that road with you. I can get with it. I
A lot of people
understand
don't
it.
blitz
I
no 50%
understand
of
it.
the time.
That's
it's
because
like,
they don't have the
So
personnel in their
Slim.
front four to be able to not blitz. That's the
it's
whole
like
thing.
arguing.
That's why people sit there and try to. When you build your defense, the very first thing everybody sit there and try to shoot for is a dominant pass rusher. Point blank period. I don't give a damn how you want to call it. The first thing you sit there try to get is a dominant pass rusher. Why? Because it helps the rest of the defense, whether it's in a passing play, running play, whatever. It frees up other people to be able to do their job better. Point blank period is a It is a cornerstone of your triplet. You
Like,
you got to have a pass rusher, a corner, a safety, or a pass rusher, a linebacker in a corner, or a pass rusher, a linebacker in a safety. You have to have that. You have to have it.
like,
Let me
like
let me
arguing,
let me
like
say this.
arguing
Let
with,
me say
like,
this real quick. Let me say this real quick about this play. All right, I think we all can agree that we are in the spread set, right? Spread formation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't
I
know.
want y'all to take a look at Mooney. Now this is what we've been saying we wanted. Spread out the defense. I gotta be honest right here. Our quarterback fucked up. He fucked up.
He made some bad plays in that game.
No,
He
no.
made some bad plays.
Watch this. He misses a wide open Darnell Mooney. I don't know. Mooney might could have took this to the house, but I'm gonna play it and y'all watch Mooney. He looks like he lined up right here, inside receiver. I mean, he wide ass open, and I gotta be honest, man. Penix just sitting up patting the ball like John, old favorite quarterback, just sitting up making biscuits.
Like it's a pack of Newports.
He wide butt naked booty open. He's open now. He is open now. Right now, you got to get ready to put this ball on him, Mike. Put the ball on him. He in his break now. He's still wide open. That pocket is still clear at this point. He just missed him.
No, now he's open. Because at first that linebacker had dropped over into the flat. Now he's trailing the underneath route.
And it also depends
Watch
on where his reads is at.
watch the outside linebacker. When off the height, he drops off to the flat.
Who you talking about right here?
No, come down.
Right here?
Right up. Watch him. Watch him sneak over to the flat.
All right, I'm gonna watch.
There's a window when he readjusts when the underneath route comes open where Mooney's wide open before he gets to the safety.
And also, we gotta look at it. We're looking at it from a bird's eye view. Michael Penix is looking at it from a field and a narrow view. So it depends on where his read start and where his read end. If he passed Mooney or if he looking at that corner, how the corner is sitting, he probably said, "Oh, I might not got it," and then he's going to turn the other way, or it's probably based on how he read
No,
the field. So
now at this point, your wide receiver is open. You got all this space, and you just got this safety
he's
up
open
here.
now because
He is
And
open.
if I was
he
if
is
I was
open.
Mooney, I would have
see the
did it
underneath
out.
route that's about to come across on the 30. That
Right here.
linebacker now keys on him and he's starting to drive. Like Mooney's open now, but Mooney's not expecting the ball yet.
But see, this looked like a mirror route. If you look at Pitts and Mooney, or it could have been a stutter. But if I was them, I would have had Pitts run out at the 40, and I would have had Mooney run out at the 40, and you could have got him dead open.
His
But
reads
it
was
looked
on
like a
the other
stunt.
side of the
It looked like a
field.
stunt.
What do you mean by run out at the 40? Like outbreaking route?
Yeah, because if you
Hell no.
wind it back just a
You see
little
that
bit,
the defender
Hold on.
doing
if you look at go back just
Did
a
you
little
not see
bit,
the corner dropping back? That would have been a
that's
pick.
what.
What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm saying not the corner. No, I'm talking. I
What?
meant the corner bit on who is that? Ray McLeod paying underneath.
The
Right here.
corner didn't bite on anything. The corner
No,
dropped back into his zone.
no, I'm talking
They
about
literally run the cover
watch,
three.
just
Watch the corner.
watch.
Watch the
Good
corner.
little
Watch
boy.
the
Or
outside
seam.
linebacker.
I would have did
So,
either out or seam right there.
Yeah, waste your time, Winston.
like, bro, watch the corner. Watch the corner and watch the outside linebacker. All right. Hey, Tyler, when I asked you to unpause for
big
me real
screen.
quick. All right, then watch the outside corner and the outside linebacker. Go ahead.
Hold on,
This
I
look
gotta
like a
cut it up.
this look like a cover two.
All right, now see the corner
Look,
drop. You see
yeah,
the linebacker strafing across the
Watch
30.
watch
He's
the corner.
strafing
You see,
outside across
but
the
look,
30.
the
All
corner
right,
is playing
pause it
Ray
right quick.
McLeod.
All right, now look at the outside linebacker. He's keying on Mooney to make sure Mooney goes vertical. All right, the corner itself is sitting there dropping back, like he's not even worried about Ray Ray. He's not worried about Ray Ray. His hips is
What
wide
I'm
Whoa,
open
what's
to the
that?
no,
quarterback.
what I'm getting at
His
is look at
hold on,
the
hold on,
reason
hold
Rich, you
on.
why
gotta
the
mute your
corner
mic, bro.
the reason why the
Get it.
corner started running back upfield is because Mooney turned inside.
No,
He
bro.
don't need to worry about Mooney no more. Mooney is he's out of his coverage now. So now
What are you
he's running
talking
to
about?
help close off the safety up here.
From opening snap, the corner is in his back pedal with his hip open to the
The
quarterback.
corner is
He
playing
got
Ray
deep third.
McLeod.
He has deep third. What are you talking
Hey,
about?
can you go back just a little bit, Tidy?
Go back to the beginning. Watch the corner. When the corner saw his backdrop, when he
Hold
saw
on,
his
hold on,
back
Winston.
pedal,
Hold on, Winston. All right, go ahead. Yeah, Red, keep that mute on us for us, bro. You got a lot of background noise coming in.
Told you, man. He trying to get somebody to play a game, man. That must be a Wi-Fi trap.
no, he still at work.
Let me say this to
He
Tyler
on the way
right
home.
quick.
Go ahead,
From
Jay.
what it looking like, his reads was on one side of the field. I'm just looking at it from the beginning. I think he should have looked to the other side, but his main read was on Drake London and Kyle Pitts side.
It's right
You
here.
can just tell,
Yeah,
on the other side, because
I
if
agree
you
with
look
that.
at the play closely, he was slide when he was protecting, he was sliding over to try to get those routes open some more in that play right there.
All
I
right, now
think
look, you hit it right there. You hit it right there. Now,
Yeah,
just
he
go
looking
back
at you.
just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. Look at the corner right there by the 30. Over there where look at watch how he squares off.
Watch how you back up and open
No,
his hips to the
look at him
quarterback.
by the 30. Look at him by the 30. And look at Ray McLeod. Watch how he bailed away from Ray McLeod once Ray McLeod turns around.
Because he's playing deep third. Like, what do you like? What part of it you ain't catching? Like he opened his
Slam.
break. He opened his
Slam,
back
he's not
pedal
looking at
with his
Ray.
hips
He's looking
open.
at Drake and
He's
Kyle.
no, he's
He's
looking at
not.
No,
Penix.
we talking about the
He
corner. We're not talking about
he's
the quarterback right now.
strictly looking at Penix. Look at him right now.
Watch,
He's opening
he
his hip to the
squared up the
quarterback.
Ray Ray.
All he's
Now
doing
watch
is
when
all
Ray
he's
Ray
doing is
turn
backpedaling.
away. Watch when Ray Ray turn away. Look, he still squared off the Ray Ray. Look, now he's angling off because Ray Ray is turning.
He's not angling off. He got deep third. Like he opened his hip to the quarterback. He's
Now
not
the
in a
safety
regular
is
back pedal.
playing. Now the safety is playing Mooney by himself. And the thing is, Mooney is going to do a stutter at the 40 and cut inwards. Now, if you look at the whole,
that's the whole reason why the cornerback has deep third.
The safety turns his body in the correct position.
That's the whole reason why the cornerback has deep third.
Look, the corner is completely out of the play right here.
The safety has the deep man. He goes man up.
If
corner himself replaces the safety. It's the exact same thing that AJ was doing. That we said in applaud it
out of the
when
play.
you talk
If Penix, if Mooney did a seam right there, what's his name? Darnell Mooney would have been completely open. He would have did a seam or an out. He would have been completely open.
He had plenty of space in that zone too to find a spot and sit down.
Yeah, you gotta find a spot, but the way the zone is set up, the corner himself has deep third. The safety takes the deep man and goes man up.
But look at Penix's face.
Look
at Penix's face.
Third.
He's not even looking over there no more. That's why I
Because
said
the
it
play
depends
ain't
on
going
where
over
his
there.
read
I don't
is.
think he ever looked over there, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It depends on where
Slim,
his
he
read
did
is.
not. Slim, he did not look over there. The play is going toward
Now he looking
Kyle
over there.
Pitts
Yeah.
and Drake London. Look at
So
how
he's
looking.
coming off his first read right there.
Yeah.
Y'all are wasting y'all time trying to explain.
But here's the thing, Tidy, go back to the beginning. They probably want to use this for the next game. You look at where the other view, because you'll see it even clear. You'll see it even clearer on the other view. Now look at when Bijan's on Michael Penix left, right? He's blocking the guy coming in. Look at how much space is on the top. Now, if Bijan just pushes him on the outside and turns around, that's an easy 20-25 yards right there, because everybody has their back turned. Now you see where Bijan is. I get you. What I'm saying is next time they need to look at this, because this is wide open right here. If Bijan just pushes him to the outside, turns around, he's got all that space to run.
But
he's got all that space to run, bro.
That'll be added to the playbook. That'll definitely be added to the playbook.
Because look, everybody has their back turned. Because when you look, Mooney's already got the top two receivers. They already have cleared out that area right there. So there's nobody there, and Bijan's gonna make the first guy miss.
Yeah,
just run the play.
But if you look at
that goes with the defensive play card. You got to catch the defense in it, because let's say they're playing Tampa 2 flat, right? There's a corner gonna be sitting right there, and Bijan
sitting right there though. No, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's sitting right there though.
On this play call, that's what I said. In this play call, it worked. If you can't catch him in that play call, you can get Bijan lit up. Because if the corner is sitting there playing, cover 2 flat, both of the wide receivers at the top vacate that area. So all he's doing is standing pat. If Bijan tips somebody and go out in the flat, and that corner is sitting there playing the flat, he got free run at Bijan without Bijan even having his head on the swivel. He gonna get his ass lit up.
If you're looking at this play right here, keep running. Hold on, keep running the play.
He pushed Bijan completely out the way.
Fam, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying this particular play. What I'm simply saying is, I would look at this play and I would tell Bijan, hey, listen, push him to the outside, immediately turn around. That's 20 yards right there.
He might get sacked, man, because I think Penix.
Okay.
Not with that arm he got.
No, if we can
Why y'all think Slim is a coach?
if we can catch a defense and their defensive set like this, then yeah, Bijan is wide open. I mean, he is
Yeah,
butt
he's
naked
wide
wide
open. That's
open.
25 yards right there.
But the whole thing
And
is being able to catch that defense in a play like that, and Penix having the ability to be able to check into that play.
well, I mean,
Like
that plays even easier because Penix is a left-hand thrower.
easy. What I'm sitting there saying is you have to catch the defense in this play call for that to work. That's all I'm saying.
But you can see,
Well,
I don't.
okay.
even in
If
this play,
this is
Penix
in a
throw
spread,
but he threw it behind Ray McLeod because he was trying to hurry up and get the ball out. He
okay.
had no folks on their feet.
What I'm simply saying is that's a creative play that you can use to get your running back out there in open space and pick up an easy 25. That side of the field has already been cleared out. And even if you got a guy sitting there, I'm gonna take my chances on Bijan Robinson shaking somebody in the open field.
Yeah, I mean, like most definitely, like, this would be one of the plays that in week 11 we'll come back to. Like, hey, we saw this on week 2.
Week 2.
And they to put the variation on it. They to put a little spin on it.
Yeah, and
you know
the benefit the benefit about
Man,
these
I
first
try
2
that
weeks.
next week.
Yeah, the benefit about these first 2 weeks, if you've played 2 blitz heavy teams. That's in Tampa Bay with Bowles, and that's with Brian in Minnesota. So I'm looking at other creative ways to break your players. You look at this play set and how long it takes to damn develop. This is taking way too long to damn develop.
See, and that's my point. That is my point. Because start this play over again. All right. Now, let him run. No. That side view. If you please, sir.
Hold on. Let me go back.
Because, yeah, okay. That side view. All right. Because yeah, I'm still here. See, I'm looking right now. The 2 stacked wide receivers up top.
Right here.
If that one right there where your arrow was, him, if he cuts across to the left, and Penix throws, if he cuts across to the left now, and Penix throws it to him, that's 5 yards. That's at least 3 to 4 yards. And see, my thing is, this is what I've been saying all along. Quick hidden pass plays that you use them just like runs. Okay? 3 to 5 yards. If I can get 5 yards on first down, if I can get 3 yards on first down, all right, I'm tiring the defense out, and I'm not artificially trying to increase my time of possession. I'm picky picking. I'm picky pecking down the field. If you have to picky peck down the field with passes or runs, you getting the defense tired. And you line up right there and just keep picking and pecking away at them. But like y'all said, this play here where he's trying to find somebody to throw to and gets hit at the end of this particular play here. I mean, what did you do? Well, what did you do? Because this was an incompletion, wasn't it?
I believe so. I think it was.
He threw it behind Ray, but then the dude pushed Ray so he don't recover it. But you also have to understand, every pass is not going to be completed. And the good thing about this is, guess what it does? It forces the defense to start playing honest. So, because you knew they was going to do a run-heavy offense. By them sprinkling in passing, deep passes from a shotgun now, it forces you to keep people from stacking the box. So, the thing is, just because it didn't work doesn't mean they didn't have a philosophy already already planned out, and that's what it did. It forced
Well,
them
the problem, Slim, the problem with this, as what we saw last night, Bijan got popped unnecessarily because these pass plays that they were trying to call for him were developing too slow.
But Bijan, his job is to clean up any.
No, not Bijan. I'm sorry. Penix. If I said Bijan,
he didn't get hit. He didn't get hit. They just grabbed his leg.
No, he got hit.
No, not on that last play. He didn't get.
No. I said last night.
He's gonna get hit. He's gonna get hit. You can't.
Not like no. You don't want your quarterback to keep getting hit like that. Not like he got hit last night.
You can't control that. You can't bubble wrap.
Yes, you can control that.
If that's the case, then we need to.
If you get rid of the ball, and see, just like the previous weeks, Slim, they hit Bijan after the whistle 2 times. Got roughing the passer penalties for that. See, just like this right here, you don't get no roughing the passer penalty because you standing up here holding the ball and you get rid of the ball right when the man is within 1 step of you, and he gets a free shot at you.
Yeah, and they teach these players, listen, if you could get away, before let's say he's throwing the ball, you still get a hit on that quarterback because you want him to know, look, I'm gonna get you next time. You're supposed to do that. That's why you see players who do that type of stuff. It's because they train you to do that. Penix is gonna get hit. That's why a lot of these quarterbacks say, "Look, I'm waiting for the first hit," because he know he's gonna get hit.
When I Slim, when I say hit, I ain't talking about touching him. I'm talking about folding him up. I'm talking about knocking him on the ground.
Did he get
stuff
back
like that
on the ball? He did.
Yeah, and see, he got hit because he was holding the ball too long because of these long developing pass plays. Because see, just like right now, just like that last play, you were in a spread formation. You're in spread formation, 2 wide receivers on one side, 2 stacked on the other side. Then you put a man in motion you put London in motion to come back toward the line of scrimmage and the offensive line. No.
The motion
keep them spread out.
No,
keep them spread out.
The motion is to see if they're playing zone or man. That's what Penix. That's what they do. That's what you're doing motion for. You want to know
if you come all the way across the formation. If you come all the way across the formation, London didn't come all the way across the formation. He just came inside. So now, you might could determine that, but that was really, really unnecessary. You defeated the whole purpose of having them spread out by that man running inside of the man that was already close to the line of scrimmage. You negated the spread.
Motion in almost darn near every play before the ball is snapped. They do in motion.
And some teams do, some teams don't.
But the Falcons do.
Yeah, and that's unnecessary. A lot of time it's unnecessary because you defeated the purpose of the spread. That's all I'm saying.
It's not unnecessary because at the same time we still got to understand we have a young quarterback that is literally learning on the fly. So if I can make the game easier for him, and I can incorporate certain things that give him keys before he has to hike this ball to make it easier on him, I like that's the whole point.
I like that right there. Did you see that?
Make his job easy.
But looked like he was outside though.
Yeah, this was an outside play. But look at the defender. The ball was already out of Michael Penix's hand, and he still did what? I'm gonna take you down. Why? Because it puts that pressure on the quarterback.
Was that the play where we got it was offsetting penalties because see, I got to ask about that.
This was an offside, I think, because the guy was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was
This
it an
might be-
offside
It
and a hold?
was off. This is the play where this is the hold on, Slim. This is the play, John, that they call on both sides right here.
Now I got to understand that. Now, y'all explain this to me. How in the world can you get called for holding when the man that you held was offsides and you trying to protect your quarterback from getting killed because he had a free run at penalty?
Because if you grab the inside of the jersey, regardless of how it looks, they're gonna call it. But
if the man offside, Slim, he already in violation.
yeah,
So
but that's still,
if he, because that doesn't make any sense. Now, Slim, I understand exactly what you're saying about the technical definition of a hold. He did hold it. He did hold it. But what is an offensive lineman supposed to do when a man has jumped offside, okay, and has a beeline to your quarterback?
but you can't do that because you can't. What you're saying is because then you're putting the onus on basically saying, well, if you offsides, then you get to do what you want to do just to protect the quarterback. No, you still got to follow within the game of the rules.
Well, I gotta agree with John there because the offsides, there shouldn't be unless that guy goes and absolutely blasts the quarterback. They wouldn't even call it roughing the passer. They call it unnecessary roughness because you're not supposed to do those things. However, if you're offsides, there shouldn't be a hold at all because you can't penalize the line for holding if he jumped offsides. If he jumped offsides, that penalty is supposed to come to a complete stop. So when they announced, and they even said it in the broadcast, when you look back at the holding call, it wasn't even a damn hold.
But offsides doesn't stop the play.
Offsides absolutely stops the play.
Offense has a free play. The offense has a free play.
Okay. Yeah. Now,
free play.
Yeah.
So,
now,
Aaron Rodgers is known for getting teams to jump offside. And
but what do they usually do now on an offside? What do they usually do? They kill the play now.
No,
it's a free
they
play.
kill the play now. Usually, if a player jumps off sides, the whistles go off.
No, that's a free play. You're talking about false
start. Bro, I'm talking about how the game is called now.
Encroachment.
I saw it twice Sunday.
They don't kill the play on no offsides.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If they don't kill the offsides, how come Penix didn't get a free play? When he jumped off sides, they killed the play.
They put the ball in the dirt because the dude
that's bad officiating. Because we were supposed to get a free play, regardless whatever the hell we did.
Yeah, if he jumped off sides, Penix should have got a free play.
Yeah. Now what you call
they kill those plays now.
Let's call a spade. What it was home cooking. It was home cooking because one of y'all sat there and jumped, and we don't want to give y'all more momentum. So let's call offsetting penalties and replay it down. Like
cause they killing them anyway.
Hey, somebody just Google it. Only time they stop the play is if it's a encroachment, which means that
they stopped this play. They stopped this play. They stopped this play. Really? So what was the line doing? What was the line doing when he jumped off sides?
They was defending. It's just that a lot
of about it. Run the play, bro. Think them guys wasn't running at full speed?
Come on.
But see, look. Okay, let me say this. If now I can see, might not be right, but I can see if holding was called on someone else beside this man who came across the line, somewhere over there, one of the linemen, somebody coming in, charging in or whatever, I could see you calling holding on them. Okay, but when and Marcus, you and Slim are right. Now, you get if a man jumps offside, it's a free play. Man jumps offside, it's a free play. Sometimes they whistle it dead. All right. But if the man jumps offside, it's a free play. All right. Now, he got so much of a jump on the man that he had to grab him. He had to grab him to preserve his quarterback, to save his quarterback. He had to grab him. All right. The man who jumped offside, you can't call no holding on the offensive lineman that's stopping him from hitting the quarterback. You can't do that.
Y'all are mixing up 3 different plays. The only 2 plays on defense that they stopped the play on is a neutral zone infraction and a encroachment. Offsides doesn't stop the play, and that still doesn't negates further penalties. So you can still get called for a holding if you do during a free play. Then that means both penalties offsets each other. It doesn't. You can't allow the referee to say, well, since you did this first, that negates this. No, it does not. Because just like certain penalties, you can still get like he did it.
Well, there needs to be a rule change.
He can still do a roughing the passer. He can still do it this. He can still do it that. So offsides doesn't stop the play.
There needs to be a rule change then. There needs to be a rule change because see that was just egregious. That was just egregious because see he had a dead beat because say for instance the offensive lineman and run the play again, Tidy. Say for instance the offensive lineman didn't move and pointed at the man because he look at that start he got. Say for instance he didn't move. Look at that start he got. Penix was dead. That's his blind side there. All right. And see, and like Marcus said, that wasn't even a hold.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a hold.
That long story short was the refs sitting there trying to look out for the home team because the door's about to get blown off of them. Like, there's no other way around it. It is what it is. Like, we on to the next play.
Well,
that was cause see, really, that could have cost us our season. If one man slip or something.
Somebody in the chat says outside stops the play if the defender has a clear path to the quarterback. Otherwise, it's a free play for the offense.
Tidy, just look it up. Just look up. Do you stop?
Well, they should have blown it dead.
Well, they do. It used to be where if you got a hard count and the defender jumped, it was an automatic free play. They would not blow the whistle at all. The reason why they've started being lenient on that is because your quarterback can get blown the hell up now. So if it's an obvious offsides, usually you don't even see the players play at full speed. They blow the whistle.
You're talking about
now if a guy like Aaron Rodgers, because he's good at it,
they throw the flag, but like
they blow the whistle now.
The biggest thing was so like, all right, if Elijah Wilkinson did not react, if he didn't react, they would have blown that dead. They would have blown that flat out dead, point blank period. Because like now you putting somebody in peril. You literally
so it's not a free play.
No, because
it's not a free play then. A free play, it don't matter.
They let them go through the play. They let us go through the play. That's a free play.
What KB just said is that penalty is not called offside. That's called neutral zone infraction. Y'all are mixing 3 different penalties.
No.
That's not a neutral zone, bro. What are you talking about?
No.
Can I read y'all the definition of what a neutral zone infraction is?
That's offside. Neutral zone infraction. Hey.
Hold on, John. This is the NFL rule book. A neutral zone infraction is a defensive player enters the neutral zone, causing the offensive player to react, or the player is unbatted to the backfield.
That's why it's not a neutral zone.
Meaning that he will have a free shot at the quarterback. That is a neutral zone infraction.
That's not a neutral zone infraction.
It says it in the
bro, Slim,
rule.
hold on, because I'm gonna show you exactly where
Read
you're
the
wrong at.
thing.
The
Read the
reason
thing.
why it's not a
He
neutral zone
he
infraction
contradicting
is
himself.
because when
Hey,
he
Mighty, can you
jumped
please read a neutral
offside,
zone infraction
Elijah
definition?
Wilkinson did not
Send it to me in the
react
chat.
to it. They went along with the play. Elijah Wilkinson did not react to it. Now, if he had jumped offside and then Elijah Wilkinson went into his steps to set himself, then that would have been a neutral zone infraction. He
Oh,
jumped offside because he jumped the ball. And
let me
then Elijah started going into his set. That's why
let
it's
me
Okay,
called offside. That's the
let me
let me
say
read
this
it.
right quick.
Let me read
Let me
this
say
out
this.
real quick, James, and I'll let you
And
go.
usually, hold on.
Okay.
Let me say this. Usually, in offsides, a neutral zone infraction is when somebody jumps and nobody moves. You can line up offsides. There are plenty of ways you can be offsides. A neutral zone is when somebody just jumps.
Hold on.
So again, if you're
I'm about to send it to you.
Cause see,
if you're
sometimes they both mean the same thing.
No, it's not.
yeah, offsides,
It doesn't.
the way that they call offsides these days, it's subjective. If you get caught offsides on a hard count, which is what Aaron Rodgers does, they'll let that play go.
Yeah,
If
because you
you're
got a free
lined up,
play.
if you're lined up,
Because you
if
got
you're
a free
lined
play
up
there.
off, I've seen situations where you've been lined, where a defender's been lined up offsides. They'll hike the ball and then blow the damn whistle. And it's
That's
like, huh?
encroachment. That's encroachment.
They call that they call that
Encroachment. All right. So
they call it
offside.
offsides because he's already lined up offsides.
Why did offside is you line up on the other side of the ball, you jump the ball. You jump the snap count. That's offside. All right. Neutral zone infraction is you went from the other side of the ball, you jump the ball, and then the offensive player react to whatever you did, and that technically would have, if you was clean, it would have been a false start on the offensive player.
Well, let me. Okay.
Encroachment is you literally like land up in the neutral zone. That's what encroachment is.
Okay, so let me ask you this: can a player line up offsides?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Do they call that they call that offsides a neutral zone infraction?
It depends what you did. It depends what you did. Like, all right, so like if your head is over the ball, technically, the neutral zone is the width of the football, the length of the football on both sides. Can't nobody head be over or entering that space. If your head or hand is in that space, you're offside, false started, relative, whatever the hell, whatever side of the ball you on. All right. False start. Offsides is I jumped the snap count. I jumped the snap count. The offense doesn't react to me, and then they go on with the play. That's why you have a free play on offense. All right.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's say I don't jump I don't jump the count, but I line up offsides. Will they still say I'm offsides?
If you line up offside, technically that is neutral zone infraction. Now, what
they call it offsides though.
I'm
neutral zone infraction usually a neutral zone infraction. A neutral zone infraction usually is based off of movement. You can line up offsides and the ball snaps and they gonna throw the flag, and they gonna say you lined up offsides.
Exactly. All right, now I've got the official NFL rule book. Now, Slim, did you have the official NFL rule book?
That's where you get your different calls at. Like if I line up offside before the snap and the offense does not react to me and they go with the play, they're just gonna call it offside. If I line up offside and the offensive tackle or guard or center reacts to me,
yeah, Carl, you right.
That's neutral zone infraction.
Okay, now
the letter of the law is whatever the offense does in reaction to what you did. That's why they wait. That's why they wait to sit there and throw it. Or if you just blatantly offside, you had to go ahead and throw the ball. throw the flag. Like, yeah, all right, you outside. Like, you just don't give a damn about nothing. You just doing what you want to do. Yeah, we ain't gonna play this. I'm gonna hit you with the penalty. All right. Outside of that, they're going to wait for the ball to height to see whatever the offensive lineman does in response to what you did. So if you in that area and the offensive lineman sit there and stand pat, and they hide the ball and then he get into his set, then that's offside. If you line up offsides or whatever, and he goes into his set early before the ball is height, that neutral zone is infraction.
All right.
That's why they sit there and wait on.
I've gone to NFL operations and the rules, and it's Article 4, neutral zone infraction. All right, now the first two sentences are very important. It says it is a neutral zone infraction when the following occur. Officials are to blow their whistles immediately. A defender moves beyond the neutral zone prior to the snap and is parallel to or beyond an offensive lineman with an unimpeded path to the quarterback or kicker, even though no contact is made by a blocker. So Slim right on that.
Thank you.
Or B, defender enters the neutral zone prior to the snap, causing the offensive players in close proximity, including a T formation quarterback, to react or move immediately to protect themselves against impending if there is no immediate reaction by the offensive players in close proximity and the defensive player returns to a legal position prior to the snap without contacting an opponent. There is no foul. So both of y'all right. Okay. Hold on. Let me finish.
To react.
If the defender is directly over the center, a T formation quarterback, the center, and the guards and the tackles on both sides of the center are considered to be within close proximity. If the defender is in a gap, the two offensive players on either side of the gap are considered to be within close proximity, including a T formation quarterback if applicable, or during the last 2 minutes of the half, the ball is snapped before all members of the defensive team are on their side of the line of scrimmage. The offense must be legally set. Now, offside is the next rule. It says a player is offside when any part of his body is in or beyond the neutral zone or beyond a restraining line for an onside kick when the ball is put in play. So,
and that's not a dead ball. It's still live. You can still get a penalty just because you offside. Now, y'all are mixing three different plays, and y'all are saying, well, because it's no, you can't do that. That's the reason why they have those separated.
Now see, this is the thing. The officials blew it because say what?
They didn't blow it. He did it.
Yes,
offside.
they did. Hold up, Slim. You forgot what I read. It says that it's a neutral zone infraction when either of these things occur. Officials are to blow their whistle immediately. Okay? If that defender moves beyond the neutral zone prior to the snap and is parallel to or beyond an offensive lineman with an unimpeded path to the quarterback or kicker, even though no contact is made by a blocker, the whistle's supposed to blow, play's supposed to be dead.
Because Elijah Wilkinson was in his route.
Remember, even though no contact is made by a blocker, he had an unimpeded path to the quarterback.
He didn't.
Yes, he did. When he started, he had an unimpeded path to the quarterback.
No, he didn't because he's in a wide technique. So he didn't have
whether he was in a wide technique or not. Whether he was in a wide technique or not, at the snap, he had an unimpeded path to the quarterback.
if
Now
that's the case, anybody
They
who
can't. They
played
can't.
wider
They
off
can't. They
has an
can't.
unimpeded route.
They
Elijah
they
Wilkinson
can't.
jumped
Hold
his
on. Hold
route.
on, Slim. Hold on, Slim. Hold on. Here's the thing. All right. So right now they already flagging him for offside. All right. When the ball is tight, Elijah Wilkinson is able to get back into his set and able to somewhat effectively block him. That's why they won't
hey,
give
yeah,
it.
now, Tidy,
That's
run
why
that,
they won't.
run that,
That's why
run it,
they won't
run that
give
right
it
now.
unimpeded pass to the quarterback.
Look,
Okay,
he's
look,
blocking him.
So
Man, he's jumping.
what was
Man,
what was
look,
what was the what was the lineman supposed to do?
He went past. It said,
exactly.
it says a defender
And he
moves
he
beyond the
bumped him off
neutral
his route.
zone prior to the snap and is parallel to or beyond an offensive line. He was
wasn't parallel. He
beyond
wasn't
the
parallel.
offensive line.
And let's keep it a stack, fam. They use neutral zone infraction and offsides. They use those interchangeably sometimes.
Interchangeable.
Those are interchangeable.
So again, you usually what my whole point is this: how they used to do it 10 years ago. If a guy like Aaron Rodgers, guy like Russell Wilson, who used to do it, they used to use the hard count to have the defenders jump off sides. Usually, what you would see is the defender would jump and then immediately jump back. He's already been called for it. That was a free play. Now what they've done, because defenders are no longer doing that, they're just going head up at the quarterback. Most of the time, what a quarterback will do is dead the ball. It's a dead play. Most of the time they will blow the whistle. The play doesn't go.
Because
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Why y'all trying to explain anything?
Keep it paused right there. Keep it paused right there.
Doing the encroachment. He
All right,
made it
now,
the guy to do an encroachment.
This is the reason why they're not giving him an unimpeded path to the quarterback. Look where he's at right now. He's still ahead of where Wilkinson is lined up. He's not parallel on Wilkinson yet.
Okay,
that's why they're not giving him an unimpeded path to the quarterback. Because right after this, you see Wilkinson start getting into his stuff. Yes, he does have the advantage over Wilkinson because he started early. Yes, he does have an advantage over him, but he doesn't have an unimpeded path because within 2 steps of Wilkinson, he's already engaged with him.
Now, blow that up a little bit more, Tidy. Tidy, can you increase the?
But I think what you're doing is the referees looked at the play.
No,
and already
established
that Elijah Wilkinson was in the route enough to affect the rush. So once again, it doesn't matter how
that's why
you look at it from a parallel. That's what you're making an argument, John, is pointless. The reality is the referees already see that Wilkinson is enough to affect. This is why number 58 had to do a round. He had to go around Wilkinson to even affect him. And then Michael Penix hurry up and threw the ball off.
Right there.
So now,
sometimes getting the holding play is a smart play.
So now, Slim, B, if you're trying to defeat A, B comes into play. Defender enters the neutral zone prior to the snap, causing the offensive players in close proximity to react immediately to protect himself. No. That's neutral zone infraction. That's B part of neutral.
Wilkinson didn't move. He didn't move to the snap. That's why they're not gonna give him a neutral zone infraction. That's what I keep trying to say. Like,
no, that's not what B said.
B said that you jump offside and you force your opposing opponent on the offensive line to move early to sit there and get in his stance.
Listen, man, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is this: it's subjective. They call
It
it,
really
they don't
is.
call it. They'll call a neutral zone, they'll call an offsides. Sometimes when they call a neutral zone, it's a damn offsides. They use those interchangeably. What I'm
Yeah, they
saying
do.
now,
They really
let's
do.
let's just
They
say,
really do.
let's just say
They really
our
do.
guy didn't move. Let's say our guy didn't move, and that dude jumps and absolutely knocks the Mario coins out of Michael Penix. You
The
don't think they go
Mario
and Michael Penix gets injured. You don't think they're gonna get a call in the morning? That's why they kill those plays now. Now, in certain
They may get a
situations,
call in the morning, but it's not going to affect the game today.
I mean, well, no call in the morning in the morning affects the game. But what I'm saying is the way that they call these games now, we can go in the rule books all we want to. These refs do whatever the hell they want to. Again, you see holding calls that aren't holding calls, but they'll call it. That's a 10-yard penalty that can completely cripple your series. I see them do this all the time. It's an offsides. I'm like, bro, that was a clear neutral zone infraction right there. But see that,
If Wilkinson has sense, what he should have did was got his ass about his stance and pointed to him. That's how you get a neutral zone infraction.
Just like Jake Matthews.
No, that man was coming though, Winston.
Yeah, he was coming, dog.
That man was
I think his instinct.
Okay, hey, run it, Tidy. Run it. That man was coming.
Look at the screen right here.
Look. Like go back to the beginning. That man was coming.
Yeah, he was already off the line.
Stand up and point.
Hold on. When he first went offside, he stopped. Look at it.
Roll it, Tidy. Could you roll that, Tidy? Because he didn't stop.
Yes, he did.
What the hell kind of film session
is this? Okay, click it.
Y'all are. Here's the thing, but I think y'all are old. It like
right now.
He's not in bubble wrap.
Okay,
there's
now
no
look.
penalties.
Yeah, what Wilkinson should have did was step. He should have stood up and pointed at him. If
he didn't see him.
Yeah,
he had to see him. That's
hey, Tidy, can you just Tidy? Hold on. Tidy, can you just run it until he gets past the line of scrimmage?
Hey,
just run it until he gets past the line of scrimmage.
He would have got neutral zone.
Everybody.
He didn't stop at all. He didn't stop at all, bro.
That man didn't stop.
So let me say this.
That joker was coming like 40 going north.
Go ahead, James.
Let me say this right quick, okay? We putting too much into this. That's for one. For two, that right there, it will be considered outside because he never stopped. The second thing is, if you remember on that 4th and 1 play later in the game, when Matthews moved, and they called that's a neutral zone infraction because the person hesitated and made Matthews move. That's a neutral zone infraction. This will be considered as an offside technically in the NFL. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And he did stop because he walked walked up to the line of the scrimmage, got offside, stopped, and then you see him firing off the ball.
Right. So
that's
if
why
the
person stood up and pointed at him to let it be known, and they would have called it a neutral zone infraction.
Wait a minute.
So,
is this?
Yeah, but but the thing is, that's what should have happened, because the reality is Jake Matthews did it perfectly. When the player goes into the neutral zone, Elijah should have reacted to it.
Slim, Winston, everybody.
Hold on. That's what caused the referees to
damn, Slim.
Slim.
That nigga talk like a damn problem child.
Y'all are trying to say, well, give the Falcons.
Hey, Tyler, man, go to the next play.
Go to the next play. You can let him explain. Let him explain on his own. Go to the next play because we harping on this too much. Because it's gonna be variations that the ref's gonna call on a week-to-week basis, and ain't shit you can do about it and stop it.
Yeah, all I'm saying, dude. All I said is those are offsides and neutral zone. They're interchangeable. They always get them wrong.
Oh yeah,
they always get them wrong.
I agree with you, Mark. I agree with you wholeheartedly because they do get them wrong. But we
cooking like that. They could play by the letter of the law.
Yeah, and so we harping on something that the refs gonna call the next week. it may be the same shit, and they're gonna call it differently from the refs because we
Look
get
at that.
different refs on a week to
Look at
week
Michael
basis.
Penix on the center.
So
Look at Michael Penix on
let's
the
go
center.
ahead and move on.
And that's a
Look at
full
that.
house backfield back there.
That boy is just a monster. That boy is a monster, man.
I
Y'all
told
don't
you,
want
like,
y'all don't want to
he's
let
something
Slim take
different.
y'all into this different damn circus.
I
Y'all
didn't
should have stopped
start
this
that.
circus an
That
hour
was
ago.
what the hell are you talking about, Red? I didn't start. That was Mark who said something. Who started that one?
No, Slim, you
Oh,
definitely
oh,
started
you didn't
that.
start it for one.
Everybody else
Well,
I didn't
chimed
fine.
start about the
Yeah,
Penix
dang.
because I
Well,
thought the
hey,
Penix.
now I had something to do with it too. Now I'm in
Yeah,
that.
dang,
All
I
right,
went to the
John,
store and came back. Y'all still on the same thing.
I did.
Hey,
you
I
just
was about,
started.
I was about,
It
I was about
was
to hop
me and
in the
Slim.
style.
I'll take a 15-yard penalty
I
for that
didn't
one.
care
I'll
about.
take a 15-yard penalty.
I
Is
didn't
that
care about the
unnecessary
penalty. I
roughing
thought it
or
was.
roughing the
I thought
pass?
it was the right call.
Let me
On
see.
what?
I was at
Unsportsmanlike.
five
Unsportsmanlike.
points.
Unsportsmanlike.
Wasn't
Okay.
nobody at the damn. Wasn't
Unsportsmanlike.
nobody at no damn model station.
That's a
The
person.
hell you
That's
talking
a
about?
personal foul. Spat foul. Spat foul.
That
So I
was
was,
yeah, cause see the thing was cause I was fussing about this last night, cause I just it was just bad. But
Hey, who that London out there on blocking?
Yeah, that's London. That's London on that play right there.
Did I just see London shed 2 block?
hey, run that back.
He got the point of attack block to let Jake get out there. Then he going off the field.
Is that Drake?
Yeah, that's Drake.
That's not Drake.
That's 4.
Oh no,
The Drake did have a
He knocked
Drake
man.
did
That was
have a
Drake
block
knocked
in
that
that
dude
game.
down, wasn't it?
No, that's Kadell Hodge.
Who is number 4?
That's Kadell Hodge.
He changed numbers?
Yeah.
No, he been for. What he
He
was
been
like
for?
12 last year? I want to say he was like 12 last year.
Drake didn't even
But
stay on the field
this
like
year-
he normally do.
Now watch him work. All right, watch
But
how.
when I
watch
said
how-
it, everybody was like, "Oh no, he was perfect."
Watch how right there at the right side at the right side of your screen. Watch him engage, disengage, and move up to the second level.
He won 100%.
Engage, disengage, up to second level.
Boy, that's good. That's some beautiful blocking right there. See, Titus,
he got hurt last week, Slim.
Man, that's why I enjoy right there, y'all. I enjoy beautiful. That's why I enjoy defense, like you said last night, Titus. But I enjoy this as well. Because that's perfect blocking right there.
Watch the wham block.
Much this game.
Watch
Yes,
the
he
wham
was.
block
He
that
was
come
hurt.
right off on.
He was on the field.
I know he was on the field.
Okay.
He was on the field that much.
I'm talking about his normal snaps. He wasn't because he was still hurt. He was still hurt. Drake.
That's what I just said. He got hurt last week.
I know that. That's what I was saying here.
We have all right, like the difference between our wide receivers core and Green Bay. We have a legitimate number one. Hell, technically we got 2 number ones.
Where was Drake at on that play?
2 number
on
one.
the sideline.
It was hard.
Huh?
Mooney
He was on the sideline. They was going to run the ball.
Drake wasn't out there on that play, was he?
I think Drake is down at the bottom of the field.
He right here right now.
Yeah, this is a different play though.
How many systems will Mooney be number one?
Okay. This the same play, right? This the same play, right?
No, this is a totally different play.
Oh, okay. All right.
We can't count us, man. We do crazy shit. Like put Mooney at number 1.
No, I mean I wouldn't put him over number 1 over Drake. Hell no. But like Mooney can be effective as a number 1. He's not gonna be top tier number 1, but he's definitely be number 1.
And sometimes they put Drake in the slot because of they put Drake in the slot because of the coverage.
Was that an incompletion?
Nah, he hit Algier.
Okay, all right.
Drake in the slot.
Sometimes they put Drake in the slot because of based off the coverage, and it could easily get Drake open. Raheem Morris said that.
Raheem Morris don't know shit about offense.
Like Drake gonna move around because that's the best way to utilize him. He's a mismatch. He's a mismatch outside because 9 times out of 10 he's gonna come down with a 50-50 ball. If you put him in the slot, majority of the time the nickel corners are too small to even check him.
Mooney
So
is
I
much
mean,
faster than Drake. So I would put Mooney on the outside if I know I'm going to send him up the field or do a
right,
9 route. So
like
that way
speed,
somebody got to cover
speed,
him.
speed ain't like speed is nice for a number one wide receiver, but it ain't everything. Look at Larry
But
Fitzgerald.
that's not it.
Larry
Those are just
Fitzgerald.
certain plays. That's not the
Larry
whole game
Fitzgerald was
plan.
never a burner. Never. Not in college, not in the NFL, and he still made the Hall of Fame because he got hand. And he was
And
smart in his route running. And
Yeah,
He made the Hall of Fame.
if you put the ball in his vicinity, 9 times out of 10 he gonna come down with it. That,
yeah. Fitz was
Larry
one of
Fitzgerald literally got more
but that
tackles in his
doesn't
career
mean.
than drop passes.
But they put
yeah.
When did
Fitz was
Larry
one of the
Larry?
greatest
Fitzgerald
route
in the
runners in the
slot.
history of the game, though, man. That
Exactly.
Fitz, his route running was immaculate, and he
They
had
put
the
him.
hands.
And they put him in the slot.
When did he make the Hall of Fame?
Fitz in the Hall.
Has he made the Hall of Fame yet?
Yeah,
Not
Fitz
yet.
in the Hall.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
Fitz in
in
the
there
Hall.
yet.
I won't say he won what last year before that. Fitz
I
in the
don't
Hall.
think he made it yet.
Hold on. Google ain't broke.
I mean, I ain't saying he gonna go. I just didn't know he made it yet.
Hold on.
They say he go in 2026.
Oh
Yeah,
well,
he
he'll
Oh,
be a
that's what I
first.
thought.
He'll be a first ballot.
Oh yeah,
Of
he
course.
definitely
Yeah.
first ballot.
You said,
Now,
I was just saying I ain't think you went in it already though.
now, see, now,
Oh
now
no,
this
he's
right
already
here.
he's in the college hall. He going he went in the college hall last year. He'll go in
Now,
hall next
now,
year.
now, this play right here.
There's no doubt he first ballot.
Nobody broke inside. I mean, everybody's going out, and you got acres of grass just beyond the line of scrimmage. I don't know what down this is. But
I think it was third. I think. Don't quote
is this
me.
third down?
I'm
I think
thinking
so.
it might be.
Second or third. But it was a good play. It's just he threw
Third
it.
and how much to go?
This is third and goal.
About 8 or 9.
Because see,
They walled
okay,
off the
all
inside.
right. Well, that'll be the only reason why.
See, it was
They literally walled off. Even though they spread the defense out, look at all the defenders. All the defenders got inside leverage. They walled
Yeah.
off the inside.
if
Because see,
Penix would have threw it a little further up and led Mooney towards the power line, that would have been a catch.
Like
He
watch
just
it.
underthrew it.
Watch the defenders. They all set up on the inside of the receiver. They all got inside leverage. I'm gonna give you whatever you want outside. You not come across the middle of the field. That's why they vacated.
Yeah, but if all he had to do was throw it just a little further up, lead him towards the power line, that would have been a touchdown. But he just underthrew it.
I would have drugged somebody across that middle just on GP.
It was.
I'd have brought somebody just on GP.
You see, they're
Now,
sending the
somebody
house.
bites.
They're dropping the house. You see, they're
What-
sending more people in there into the
Yeah,
blitz.
yeah.
So he got to
I'd
hurry up
have
and
dropped.
get rid
I'd
of
have
that.
ran somebody across there just on GP, and just as soon as somebody bit,
It's not even that because they only
But
sent
see,
5.
John,
They only sent 5.
that's Zach Robinson's problem, John. He don't have enough hot routes in his system.
They
Y'all see,
sent 5. They sent 5. We left a running. We left Algier in the block. We had 6 on 5. So now you gotta play to maximize. Like on that play, that's just a bad pass by Penix.
Like
there's no getting around it.
Like what he say? What DQ just said. I've been saying that the whole thing. This is the reason why they did a run heavy team. I mean, run heavy game. But I think they did get conservative in the red zone. Now that right there, I think they got conservative in the red zone. But that they can work on. I'm pretty sure they can work on that.
Yeah, like that'll come with time. That'll come with time. But like that ball right there should have went to
No, that's the right read. These are the right reads. It's just he's
wait a minute, hold up. Yeah, run that back, Ty. Because who was that broke open late? Oh, well, no.
That was the running back out of the backfield. That's the right read on that.
The right read, you always throw it to that wide receiver that's going out in that play because it automatically forces the safety
was the running back coming out of the backfield.
This is the same play they did last year with Drake when they went back to back with him. This is the exact same play.
Look
Now
at
watch
Bijan.
Ray Ray.
Look at
Watch
Bijan.
Ray
Well,
Ray.
I mean,
Look
they
at Bijan
that play
15.
that play last year they went back to back because it was a mismatch.
This
That's
is a
why they went
mismatch.
back to back. It was a mismatch.
Look at Bijan at the top of
Many.
the screen at the 15. He right there at the 15. Watch the break.
All y'all looking at different shit.
Yeah.
That's where that ball goes,
Bijan.
bro.
Yeah.
I don't think Pennis
That's
was
right,
looking
right.
at him at that
Yeah,
time.
but
He was looking
look at-
somewhere else.
Look at
Exactly.
Ray Ray McLeod.
I'm
This is
shocked.
Like,
You always looking at him.
That's on Penix.
Look at Ray Ray McLeod.
And I mean that's something
the
that
right
he gonna
read.
that's something that
First
he's
you gotta
that's something
understand
that
who
he's
was the
gonna
hot
grow
route.
and he's gonna adapt to. But
gotta-
at the time he just ain't he
I
didn't look
hope
at
he adapt to it.
I mean like you
Look
gotta
at
think
the
like
hot. You gotta understand who was the hot route.
he
not to
he
mention,
just played his
It ain't no hot route. That's the
fifth
problem.
start. There's not a
That's
hot
the
Yeah,
route
problem.
because
King.
you don't
It ain't no
have an
hot route.
overload blitz. There's not a hot route on it.
if you look at Zach Robinson's play calling, he's doing Michael Penix a disservice because he's supposed to be training Penix's eyes, right? These long drawn out routes, you don't have a guy, you don't have an outlet. Now, Matt Ryan was our quarterback for a decade before we went to the Super Bowl, right? Kyle Shanahan gave him an outlet on damn near every play, and it was usually the running back. So if that first read wasn't there, that second read wasn't there, Freeman and Coleman were right there. There's somebody open on every defensive play. That's what they teach you in offense. There's somebody open. Always. And when you look at these plays, where's the outlet?
But if y'all
It's
look
a-
at Ray Ray, he's open. Michael
Bijan.
For a young quarterback, right? Especially with Penix, rookies, right? You're not trusting him on the first, second, or third, especially the third read. Third read, he's usually on his ass, right? That first one ain't there, second one ain't there, outlet need to be right there. When you look at a lot of the 3 sacks he took, one I can't even put on him. That stunt on the inside, he just got hammered. He wouldn't have survived that one. But if you look at how long it, when they caught him in the middle and just, basically jackknifed him. It wasn't a damn thing Penix was. Yeah, it wasn't a damn thing Penix was going to do with that. But what I'm saying is, if you had a 10-year QB that had an outlet, and this helps Michael Penix with his confidence. If he knows somebody's sitting right there wide open, just dump it off to him. Get the 3 or 4 yards, live to play another down. When you look at these plays, you look at these crossing routes, and they take forever to damn develop. You really ain't doing our quarterback any service, especially when we get in the red zone.
But look at when Ray Ray broke off the man. That's how the play is supposed to design. The safety is behind Ray Ray. That's why you throw it where Ray Ray can stretch out and get it.
I'm not throwing that ball to Ray Ray.
Yeah, that. Yeah, but that
ball to Ray Ray because that's a clear that is a mismatch towards the defense.
That's not a mismatch.
Ray Ray is too small for a jump ball in the end zone.
It didn't. That's not a jump
That's
ball.
a mismatch.
That's not a jump ball. Look at how much separation Ray Ray had.
They even right now. Now
watch
even.
this.
Still
Boom.
even.
Watch that.
Still
Boom.
even.
Watch that.
Still
Boom.
even. Still
Watch that.
even.
Boom.
Still,
You're out.
This is not
He's
Madden, bro. He would have broke on that ball before the ball
he
got
could
there.
not. He's out of
Crazy.
step.
He's not
Look
out
at
of step. He let up because the ball went elsewhere.
Look,
he was on Ray
I'm
Ray's
glad
head.
you got
If
to
he that ball to Ray Ray, that shouldn't got picked.
That's not a jump ball.
That's Madden. Like you playing
glad
Madden.
Cause see, okay. Now run this back. Now, hey, Tidy. Now run it. Because see, I'm gonna tell you exactly when he should have thrown it to that spot over there where Bijan was about to go. Because man, that would have been a touchdown.
Bijan goes to the 14, flares out.
I'm glad.
Right here on this break, right there. If you throw that ball right there to that spot at the 10-yard line,
that ball should have been in motion. That ball should have been in motion.
That's a touchdown.
Separation. That's
a touchdown.
Separation.
Look at Ray Ray.
That's a touchdown.
Separation.
Man,
Yeah,
talk
that's a
about Ray
touchdown.
Ray.
Because
You
y'all
really
were saying
saying
he
Ray
should have
Ray?
threw it to Bijan. He wasn't even looking at Bijan at that time. He was already throwing the ball towards Ray Ray before Ray Ray even broke. The reality was Penix just got rushed and he threw the ball
If
a little
Penix took
earlier.
and threw that ball to Ray Ray, the shit would have got picked. What are you talking about?
He didn't. He wasn't going to get picked. You can see the ball on the white when Ray Ray had the spacing. That safety couldn't do anything.
Got it. Highlight down here at the bottom of the screen. Ray Ray and the safety, so people can see.
You mean at the top of the bottom of the top?
At the bottom of the screen, right at the 10.
Go to where Ray Ray did the out. Go to where Ray Ray did his out route. I mean, when he bust on the ball.
Now look at it. See, you see the safety stack Ray Ray. He's stacking them now.
Yes, but Ray Ray is still keeping the safety on the inside. Now watch when he breaks.
Keep going.
The safety is out of the play now.
The ball is already gone.
No, it's not. Now watch. You see the ball.
The ball is gone.
Now watch this.
What are you talking about, bro? That shit would have got picked. That would have been
stop.
a pick six.
There's no way you see the ball. There's no way the safety can get that. There's no way the safety can get that.
I mean,
y'all, wait a minute. Y'all talking about at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah, this by the very bottom.
No.
He would have had to have thrown that. He would have had to have thrown that with anticipation, with Ray Ray not even seeing the ball come, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad Slim ain't quarterback.
Watch Ray Ray.
No, I wouldn't have risked that one. I wouldn't have risked that.
A ball going to travel 15 yards. A ball is going to travel 15 yards before a person is literally within a step of someone can adjust to the ball. Hell no. And Ray Ray's like what, 5'9", 5'10" on a good day? Man, come on, that been pick six the other way.
So it was just a bad pass.
That ball
okay.
Been,
Tidy, play it a little more.
Right, I mean, it was a bad
okay.
pass, right?
Honestly, my should have been Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, right here. If he was throwing to Ray Ray, look at where Ray Ray is right now. He would have had to let that ball cut loose right there.
Look at Penix. He's being tackled.
There's nowhere to fit that ball.
Yeah, that's a tight fit, bro. That is a tight fit.
Yeah, that's risky.
To the back of the end zone, the safety has the advantage because he's taller than him.
That's risky.
If you throw it to the power line, for Ray Ray, the safety still got the advantage because he's right there on top of him. So he's at least gonna be able to break the ball up.
But see, I see a touchdown with Bijan.
Yeah, Bijan would have been the read.
I see a touchdown with Bijan. I definitely.
Because here's the thing, when it comes to that type of play, that out route right there, Ray Ray want to keep the safety close enough so when he do his break, the safety will have to adjust to it. The safety is off the ball. He can't come back for that.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
They do that.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
God, how many questions we gonna ask this guy?
I would go to Kyle Pitts to be honest.
Kyle Pitts, where Kyle Pitts at? Where Kyle Pitts at?
I would go to Kyle Pitts right here.
I would have probably
at the top of the screen.
Yeah, I was sitting there and tried to jump off with that, but at the same time, look at the safety on the goal line. Like he's literally playing middle field.
No, but that's
because if he had thrown that, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Winston. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was saying like that ball would have been out like by the time Kyle Pitts got to the 10. By the time Kyle Pitts got to the 10 and led him into the end zone, it would have been a touchdown.
And then in the situation, we just got to give Minnesota credit, man. It looked like they had a good set right there.
That's true.
You know, so again, sometimes you got to give the defense credit. You know, he really every shot he had, it would have been a tight throw, no matter who he threw the ball to. It would have been tight,
with the exception of Bijan, though.
Yeah,
the exception of Bijan.
Once again, you have to assume he's looking at Bijan.
Yeah, he's not looking at Bijan.
Well, see that, and okay,
right now,
and that
right now,
is
ball should be in
Mind,
the
you
air
are
2 feet.
watching it from a bird's eye view. If you
okay.
put on a
Yeah,
helmet, you will
we
see how narrow the
And
view
you
is.
watching it, and you
well, yeah,
watching it
we
from the
know,
nerd's eye view.
we watching it from a bird's eye view. But
You ain't
when they
lying.
go into film session, what view they gonna use?
The bird's eye.
And
The
John,
same one
John
you looking at now.
Slim watching it from a nerd's eye view.
Because that is the
Yeah.
right
Hey, Slim.
play.
Cause
That was the
see,
right
cause
play.
see, and what they're gonna do, when they review this play from that bird's eye view, they're gonna tell Pennis, hey, you had something over there. You had something over there with Bijan. Because see,
You don't even look over there.
like Winston said, now when he had plenty of time to throw it to Bijan unmolested.
Try to go back just 1 second.
If he had time to throw it to Bijan unmolested, and Bijan had just what like you were saying, Slim. Bijan had done the same thing on the left side and created separation, and that was a touchdown. That was a touchdown.
John,
Watch this play from this angle and see how far the safety is off. You can see that this was the right play.
I do you one better. Look where Pennis went with that on football, and look where he threw it. That'll end the whole shit.
But watch this. No, look at the play. Look at the play.
Look where Pennis went with the football, and look where he placed the ball at.
He's being pressured. Now he throws the ball. He's being tackled.
Where's he throwing the ball to?
There's no way the safety can catch him. That is the right read. It just was a bad pass.
Right read. He overthrew him because
There's
he
no
knows
way the safety can break on that.
There's no way for that ball to fit in there before the.
What are you yelling about, man? What the hell are you yelling about?
That's literally why he overthrew him. There's nowhere for him to throw that ball into that window.
That was the right play. It was just a bad
And
pass.
see, he probably would have been out of bounds too.
Man, yelling like he got a girlfriend.
If he had caught that, that looked like he would have been out of bounds if he had caught it.
I get what Slim's saying, but I don't. Let me say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I get what Slim is saying, because that probably is the right read, even though really ain't nobody technically like open. But I don't think Ray McLeod is the receiver that's gonna make that play.
Exactly. That's why he threw the ball out of bounds. Like the safety was on his ass. He threw the ball away.
The way he throw the ball right here is the reason why you throw it towards the reason why you throw this ball right here towards the sideline, so Ray can get the ball, or because let's just say the safety do bite on the ball and get it. That's an automatic pick 6. So you want to throw the ball.
He threw a keep away ball.
Completion.
He threw a keep away ball.
Like that. He threw the ball away. Why? Because
he threw.
He can break on the ball.
Yeah, if he did.
He threw the pitch out of bounds.
Slim. He threw the ball away because Ray didn't even make a play on the ball. He didn't go back to the play. Ray didn't even make a play on the ball.
Slim, will you wash those glasses of yours? Clean them damn glasses and watch.
Slim, man, you gotta stop playing Madden on easy mode, man.
Winston Slim playing. He playing Tecmo Bowl. He playing Tecmo Bowl.
Slim, how happy for the win last night were you?
Even everybody in the comments is saying
how happy were you for the win last night?
Not too happy.
Yeah,
I can't tell you.
About the play, about the win. I'm not going to apologize. I don't care if they won by 1 point.
How happy were you for the win last night?
I don't get super excited no more watching football.
How much did you celebrate last night after the win?
You were mad.
Because I feel like you doing this film study with a hangover.
I don't know if y'all. That was the right play.
I feel like
that was the right play.
That wasn't the right play. He should have looked to the other side of the field. He should have went the cow pitch over the top or Bijan underneath. If that's where that ball should have went.
Honestly, I don't have a problem with him going to Ray. I just don't think Ray can make that play. But I think that from what we saw, that probably was the best throw. going to Ray McLeod.
Hell no. Cause like you gotta look at it. Like Ray
versus
will-
B-John being open on that other
No.
side, Ty?
Well,
You
well,
got-
see,
you
this,
got- you-
hold on,
you-
Winston, hold on.
Good.
See, this the thing with the Bijan throw. He never looked at Bijan. That's not what his read took him.
Okay. Now see, that's the problem. That is the problem. Okay.
How?
Did you? I mean,
He didn't
did
scan the
you
field, that's
scan the field? Did you scan the field? Because it looked like you had time for you to scan all of the field, okay, and go that way. Now, if you didn't look over there, yeah, that's on you, Penny. That's on you because you
And then
didn't even look
Also,
over there.
you got to understand, Bijan wasn't even looking back at the ball. So it's clear that you can make a case that Bijan already knew he was not the read. His job is to pull coverage. So once
But
again,
he
didn't
looked
not-
back.
you're not-
He
you're
looked
not
back
pulling-
when he got to the
You're
sideline.
not pulling coverage on the other side of the field.
He looked back. Wait a minute. Play that again. Didn't he look back when he got over there to the sideline?
When he broke, he started looking back. But for one,
I thought he did.
They all was sitting there playing inside leverage.
I thought he looked back.
Inside leverage.
That's
You're
what
on
I
the
thought I
opposite
saw
side of the
anyway.
field, you're not pulling no coverage, and they got a safety sitting over the top, just playing free ball. Now, if you look at that corner that picked up Ray, he was plastered to him all the way to the goal line, and he was forcing him further out. That's why he said to try to bait him into a throw. That's why Penix threw the ball away. There was no throw to be had.
He didn't.
Listen, man, that was
If Penix had put that ball on the rope, that shit would have been a pick six. There's no.
yeah. I mean, the defense just that was a good play for the defense. There's nothing you can do in that situation. You're forcing the action no matter where you throw the damn ball to. So again, you throw the ball away, you get points. You know, for a guy like Penix, you know, I think we tend to forget he's in his fifth start. You know, it's up to Zach Robinson to train this man's eyes. So maybe if we had a better OC, Penix would have looked Bijan's way. But again, you know, we're in a situation where these are long developing plays. There are no outlets. You know, our OC is in love with playing Bijan. So you got Kyle Pitts. He starts off good, then you completely go away from him. You completely go away from him.
So here's the thing that I think they think that Zach Robinson just walks downstairs and say, "Hey, y'all, here's the playbook." No, Michael Penix has a say-so in how this play is being, because they're going to work together to make these plays. So it's not like Zach Robinson is just saying, "Hey, here's the playbook, y'all. Let's just run with that." No, they are working together to make this playbook.
My guy, did you not hear Michael Penix last week when he was asked could he audible at the line, and he said, "Yeah, I could, but I do what I run the play that gets called."
Because that's called football talk. That's the same
Huh?
thing. Y'all don't know what.
I keep telling y'all. Why y'all keep stressing y'all out?
No player is going to automatically, unless they don't like this person, they're not going to sit here and throw the blame on every single person. So, I mean, on one single person. So the reality is, he's not going to do that, because if you give the media an inch, they're going to take a foot all the time. So that's why Michael Penix say the stuff he says.
Dude, that's not blaming anybody. What he simply said is, I have the freedom to call an audible. I just don't. I go with the play that's being called. You've heard this before. Hold on. You've heard. Hold on. You've heard our previous quarterback say this. You heard Matt Ryan say this.
Don't get me started. When you're looking, and
here's the crazy part. I'm not even looking for Michael Penix to call audibles because he's in his fifth start. That's why I'm putting all this on the OC.
Yeah.
If you're not training your quarterback's eyes, he's not going to look over there and see Bijan, right? That comes with the experience, but it comes with a good OC also. A good OC can change. A good OC can change a quarterback, fam. I'm telling you.
Even Mike, what's his name? Mike Walker. He just said, Zach, listen to their input. Like I said, they work together to make these playbooks. Just the same as, like, you have to know what's good for your quarterback, what your quarterback likes to run, and stuff like this. This is why everybody kept saying, "Oh, why are we in the pistol all the time?" Michael Penix said,
hold up, Slim. Now, how does wait a minute, Slim. Wait a minute, Slim. How does a rookie? Wait a minute, Slim.
Oh no.
How does a rookie quarterback get to call those type of shots?
What do you mean? He's the quarterback.
And he's a rookie.
He's the franchise quarterback.
He's a rookie.
He's not a rookie.
Yes, he is. How many starts does he have?
He got 5, but he ain't a rookie. He's a second.
No. Well, hold on. And see, now this is the line of demarcation right here. This is the line of demarcation right here.
Get him, John.
If he has only 5 starts.
Stop slicing shit.
I got to put the gavel down right here. If this man has only 5 games under his belt, in time he's not a rookie, but in actuality he is. Only 5 games. He's not a veteran.
We can't do that because like that.
I'm sorry. That goes for anybody. Hold on. No, I gotta disagree with that.
To be honest, John, we did not give Desmond Ridder that privilege when he was in the same situation.
I did.
Most of us did. I didn't.
I'm not
gonna lie to you. I did it.
Hey. And Desmond Ridder was behind the doggone 8 ball because he didn't have a coach coaching him at all.
No, Desmond Ridder was behind the 8 ball because Desmond Ridder just wasn't that guy. He wasn't.
No. See, I got to go with Arthur Blank on that one. I got to go with Arthur Blank on that one.
No,
you gonna bring a man in as a 3rd round draft pick and not even coaching? No, I can't do that too.
I gotta go with the eye test on this. Right, Desmond.
Hey! How it turned out? You can do that, but see, that's why I apologize to Desmond Ritter before he left because they didn't even coach that man. They didn't even try to coach that man. They didn't even try to coach that man.
Desmond Ridder would be a career journeyman if he was able to stay in the league.
He's
not. I'm sorry. Desmond Ridder just ain't that. He's not that guy.
I had to apologize to him. I had to apologize to him.
Dan Orlovsky is a better quarterback than Desmond Ridder.
Whatever be.
But wait,
Dan Orlovsky.
But see, this is the okay. Go ahead, Winston. I go after you, Winston. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hold on, John. Here's the thing. You know, when they're giving the call to the quarterback, they're giving them 2 plays, right? And
no, I don't know. No. I don't know what they doing.
Not necessarily.
I don't know what they doing.
And the quarterback has the ability to call what? Kill. If he feels, okay, this coverage might not work, because you still got to rely on what the quarterback is seeing on the field. You can't just say, call this play and just run it. No, if the quarterback don't feel too confident running that play, he can say kill, and it will go back to the second play that they had called in the box.
Slim, let me ask you. Hold on, fam. Hold on, fam.
Hold a second. Hold on.
No, let's go ahead.
This guy in the comment section, Mike Walker, he says Penix was changing plays all night.
Was he?
Yes.
How? Dude, we were coming out of the huddle with 15 seconds.
I'm definitely gonna have to look at this game again. I'm definitely gonna have to look at this again.
Y'all are conflating.
He would make protection calls, but I put it to you like that. Like if he was changing the play, you would see like a formational shift.
Not
Not
necessarily.
the well
Not necessarily. Because he
seven out
can
of 10 times.
identify coverage. He can identify
Out of
coverage.
10 times.
Identify the mic.
7 out of 10 times you will see a formational shift. Now, if you coming out the huddle with 15 seconds left, I'm sorry, you're not getting into another play. All you doing is making calls, protection calls and stuff.
But that's changing the play.
That's not changing. That's not changing the play, fam.
That's changing the blocking.
That's not changing the.
That's
You're
not changing
yeah.
the play. If I'm calling a run to the right, and I go out there and I don't like the way defense stack up, and I flip the play, that's not changing the play. It's still the same play. I'm just reassigning the blocking and where the running back going. That's not changing the play. If I'm calling a stretch to the right and I go to stretch to the left, that's not changing the play.
That wouldn't be called. That wouldn't be changing the play.
It's not changing the play because it's the same play.
Yeah. Plus, you can't get the information out the call to change a play with 15 seconds coming out of the huddle. That's not gonna happen.
Like,
well, shoot, what was crazy?
15 seconds breaking the huddle. I got 15 seconds. All right, so you mean to tell me it takes everybody 3 to 4 seconds to get lined up. Now I gotta identify the Mike linebacker, identify the safety, identify the coverage where blitz may be coming from.
Then run a man in motion.
About roughly around.
And this is why the Falcons
5 to 6 seconds left.
And
there's no time to change the play.
This is why the Falcons do a lot of pistol formation, because it helps Penix get a chance to see what he's doing.
I don't give a damn what formation
it helps
you
him
in.
out.
You're
No,
not
hold
changing
on,
the
but
play
hold
in
on,
15
but hold on.
seconds.
And
I'm sorry,
also,
man.
now granted, yes, I was getting pissed where you doing a motion and you got 5 seconds left on the play. But once again, it worked. The Falcons left out of there 22-6. It worked. So at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure the Falcons is not going to take what they just did, the same exact playbook, what they just did, and go play Carolina and do the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. So the reality is, I think we are trying to downgrade or degrade Zach Robinson, but yet he called a game plan that worked. It didn't score a lot of points, but it worked. We walked out of there with the W.
Oh, okay.
Slim, why was that? Why was that game? Why was that game plan able to work though, Slim? Slim, why was that game plan able to work last night?
Because they used one of their stars.
Stretch you out, man.
So what?
You're gonna stretch you out, man.
What are we like? It seems like here's the crazy part. We got Bijan Robinson on the team. Why not use him? He's a great running back. So use him. So
who great?
Regardless
Ain't
of
nobody
fact,
great. We ain't got no great
regardless of
running
the fact,
back.
whether it's like we're saying, yeah, you got $1 million, but
He ain't great
hell,
yet.
they all sprinkled up 20s.
Let me,
Like, come
Slim,
on.
let me ask you the same question that I kind of alluded to earlier, right? Let's just say we still had Jimmy Lake. Do you think we win last night?
Hell no.
It doesn't
It
matter.
do matter.
No. It's a flat ass yes or no. If Jimmy Lake was calling this defense, do we win last night? Yes or no?
No.
Jimmy
We don't.
Lake, okay, but here's the question. If Jimmy Lake was calling this defense, would the Falcons go into
If
that
Ryan
game
Nielsen
running
was
that
on
same
calling
offense?
defense, we might have
You
won.
have to have those. Like, you can't just say,
Bruh, you literally just proved my point. The only reason they were able to run that type of offense is because our defense was playing lights out. You literally just proved my point.
What does it matter? They're on the same
It does,
team.
fam. It matters because when the defense isn't firing like that,
Then
you
that
can't
means
rely.
your offense is gonna
Plus
to
you
bail
have
out.
Plus you have a generational talent in Bijan Robinson. If that's any other running back, fam, a lot of those plays don't work.
But once again, you're making the case as, well, if we didn't have Bijan, then it wouldn't have worked. If we didn't have Bijan, then I'm pretty sure we probably wouldn't be running those plays. So once again, like y'all,
I think we still would because Zach Robinson is ass as an offensive coordinator.
That right there was a beautiful
first
play.
people was complaining about
That was a
Zach
I
Robinson.
think Michael Penix ought to have been into that play, to be honest.
But I think people, first people in
might
week
have, but
one,
that-
first
I ain't-
people in
that
week one
thing
was
was a
complaining that
beauty.
Zach Robinson didn't
Watch
run the ball enough.
Okay, let me
They
look
started
at it,
running
man.
the
Let me
ball.
look
Now
at
they're
it.
complaining that he didn't
Like
throw the ball enough.
the way that he sold it, the way he said Penix said it and sold it, like it was a pass. Like Bijan was already in the second level before anybody knew what was going on.
That's that halfback direct.
Yeah, they fooled my ass when it happened live.
Man, he
That
sold
was
the hell
probably
out
the
of
best play. That was probably the best play of the day.
And then the offensive line took care of business. Look at it.
But I actually thought
Offensive line.
And look at that cut. Look at that cut on the back end, bro. Look at that cut.
But guess what? though?
Calm
He's a
down,
Falcon.
man. It was just
He's
a regular cut.
Falcon. But that
Man,
was
dude, that wasn't no regular ass cut, bro.
That was no regular cut.
Yeah.
That wasn't no regular cut at all. That was a Bijan cut.
Y'all going crazy over this guy.
That was a hey Red. Now
I'ma be
Red.
honest.
Now Red.
It's
I'm
like
surprised he still got a knee after that cut.
It's maybe three backs.
Anybody else? My
that able to
my
make that
doggone
cut.
knee started hurting when I saw that.
Hey, John, I ain't gonna lie, man. My knee be getting
and Christian McCaffrey, healthy Christian McCaffrey. Those are like the only three running backs in the league that are able to make that cut.
At that speed too, that change of pace.
Yeah, because watch when he makes the cut. Watch when he makes the cut. Look at where the defenders are.
Play it again. Play it again, Tidy. Let me look at that.
He don't lose momentum.
Now look at where he's at. Before he makes the cut, he's got two guys coming at him. Bang, bye.
But guess what? Hey, Tidy.
Look at
Hey, Tidy.
But ain't that what I said to y'all last week? I said get Bijan in open space. Get that man in open space.
But hey, Mark, what logo do he have on his helmet?
No, he got on our logo.
Thank you. So why not use them? That's like me saying,
I'm not
I
fam.
got $1 million, but I won't spend it because
Fam,
Marcus.
listen.
Marcus.
Don't stress yourself out, Marcus.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this once. I'm not saying you don't use them. Now, a lot of people don't know. I was one of the first adopters to Bijan coming over here. When everybody wanted defense and we got Bijan, I said you can't pass on this guy. This kid's a stud. What I'm saying is you don't want to run into a situation. You don't want to run into a situation where you're running them like you're doing Christian McCaffrey. Because remember, Christian McCaffrey stayed hurt in Carolina. Stayed hurt. He was a monster, but he stayed hurt. Dude, I'm surprised he held up as long as he did in San Francisco. You don't want that type of situation on your hands.
Let's keep it a buck here. Now, let's keep it a buck here. How often do running backs?
We've been keeping it a
How
buck.
often do running backs last past their first and second contract? It's extremely low. So once again,
I'm quiet. I ain't gonna say nothing.
It's cool. But yes, it's cool that what you're saying. That's understandable. But a lot of times, running backs don't last within their second and third contract extensions. So at the end of the day, that's just how the NFL is. They're gonna run running backs out of the league. It's just how it is.
Yeah, dude. There's
what Marcus is saying is like even though you have the talent and you know how the league run, you personally do not have to make the decision to run him into the ground. You can extend his career and be able to utilize him 8, 9, 10, 12 years.
Not me. You gonna wear
cause see now, like you don't. We do not want a situation
involved, and therefore it takes the weight off of him.
Let me give y'all the conundrum on that.
Okay.
Zach Robinson don't give a damn about all that.
Yeah. And remember, Kyle Shanahan didn't either.
Right, but
look at how many players have been hurt under Kyle Shanahan's tree.
But that's my point. Like when you're an offensive coordinator, you're trying to become a head coach. So your main weapons, you're gonna use them. You're gonna utilize them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get y'all's point. You know, we want to, as Falcons fans, we want him 10 years from now. The offensive coordinator, he know he ain't gonna be here 10 years from now. He's trying to get a head coaching job within these next 2 or 3 years.
Hey,
so let me give you an example.
Yeah.
It's like in 2015, speaking of Kyle Shanahan, when he was being criticized, hey man, you feed Julio too much. Kyle Shanahan came out and said, if I could, I would throw the damn ball Julio every single play if I could.
Thank you.
I would throw him the ball every single play if I could. He's that damn good. That's how an NFL offensive coordinator thinks. They're not thinking 17 years down the line. They're thinking about, hey, what's going to win this game today? What's going to win this playoff game today? So if Bijan got to touch the ball 20 plus times, that's what's going to happen.
So be it.
I see both sides of the coin.
Hell, not to mention this. If he didn't touch the ball 24 times, y'all would still complain. And not to mention, I'd be out of a job. So why would I care that you say, well, we got to keep him for 10 to 20 years? I'm not going to be here.
No.
But Tidy on the flip side.
That's why I have
let me say this. Let me say this about that.
Calling Bijan touches. Like Bijan had 22 carries last night. All right. He had 22 carries. All right. Let's go back to week 1. Bijan had what?
12.
Like 8. He had 12 carries. Like maybe like 18, 20 touches the entire game. That's not a high touch count for a running back. Neither one of them is a high touch count for a running back.
But see, I do not want to run into a Jamal Anderson, Michael Turner situation where this man gets the ball running for 1,800, 1,900 yards, but only a 4 yard per carry average, because that means that man has been beat to damn death.
But then
on top of that, then at the end of the year, when you really need him, he broke up. He hurt. He's nursing high ankle sprains. He's nursing sore knee, stuff like that.
But y'all are missing the exact
distribution of plays that Zach Robinson is calling for Bijan. Because Bijan is not getting a boatload of touches. He's the focal point of the offense, but he's not getting a boatload of touches. Like when Bijan get up into like those 30-something touch range, the 32, 35, knocking on 40 touches a game, that's when you should get along. If he's like mid to low 20s, that's perfect for him. That's perfect for him.
Wait a minute. Now, what running back is getting 40 touches?
But here's the thing, John. Y'all are missing the point.
When Michael Turner was there, he was getting like 30-something touches a game.
No, I'm talking about now. What running back is getting 40 touches now?
After 2 games, Bijan is ranked 8th in rushing attempts right now.
And not to mention, y'all are missing the point. A run game is the best friend of a quarterback in the NFL. When Matt Ryan was a rookie, who ran him? Who helped Matt Ryan out the most? Michael
Turner.
So,
another.
Hey, Slim. Let me ask you this:
when you draft a running back at 8th overall, you almost got to use him a lot, or you got to use him a good bit. That's just the nature of the beast.
What I'm simply saying is this: when you brought up Kyle Shanahan talking about he would throw it to Julio on every play. In 2016, the whole offense was used. Freeman, Coleman, Sanu, Julio Jones, they were all used. I think that year Matt Ryan hit 13 to 16 different receivers for a touchdown. So even though in his eyes he would have threw it to Julio on every play, it's just not practical. When you look at somebody like Bijan, he's an absolute stud. But you also got Kyle Pitts. You also have Drake London. You also have Darnell Mooney. You also have Tank. You know, you got other players that you can use that can be impactful players. You can spread the ball out and give it to them. That makes it even better and easier for Bijan. I understand. I understand he's the focal point. I get that. But when Bijan gets injured, I don't want to hear nobody coming to me talking about we used him too much. Because I'm going.
That means you don't have
You
to
won't
make
hear me
another
saying that.
playbook. You don't have to make another playbook because at the end of the day, if he get injured, he just get injured. That don't mean our season is over.
Boy, you
Stop
bugging. You stop it. Stop it.
You talking crazy right now.
You talking outside, boy.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Right now,
Hold on.
Missy. Talk crazy all the time.
Hold on, y'all.
Knock on wood. Bijan doesn't get hurt. Knock on wood. Bijan doesn't get hurt.
But Slim,
if Bijan get hurt, if he does get hurt, knocking on wood that it doesn't happen. But if Bijan get hurt, I promise you will see a drastically different offense.
Yes.
Completely different
the
offense.
head coach
Why?
and the
Because
offensive
if
coordinator needs to come together and figure out
I
how
don't
they're
give a
going
damn
to
who your
how they're
offensive
going to
coordinator
manage
is.
this. That's their job.
If Bijan goes down, your
Boy, what a wood
offense is
at.
going to be entirely fucking different. Why? Because Bijan is the reason
All I got is press bowl. All I got is press bowl. I ain't got no wood.
There's no getting around it. If Bijan go down day or tomorrow, your offense has to change. And I mean, like, almost fundamentally change. Because
Let me hear you knocking on it. Let me hear you knocking on it, James.
Tyler Algier can't do like Tyler Algier is a great runner. He's a good running back. He's a good running back, but he can't do nowhere near half the shit that Bijan.
Y'all heard that?
But once again, look at
that's the reason that the offense worked the way it worked. If Bijan is out of the equation, your offense fundamentals change. I'm sorry, there's no getting around
it. Of course, it's going to change. It's not nobody saying
talk about everybody getting
but
hurt.
that's the head coach. See, the problem
I had to knock on wood for Drake London. We won.
The problem is,
I ain't knocking on no wood. We shouldn't even be talking about it.
You want to baby wrap all these players and then say, "Well, don't you?" The reality is,
Slim.
For the last 5 years,
nobody baby rapping nobody.
For the last 5 years, the Falcons draft in their first round offensive players. You need to use those players. Don't sit here and be like, "Oh well, I'm not gonna know." If Bijan, you use what is the hot man.
I don't care how
if
you call
Bijan's
it.
the hot man for that game,
you
if
cannot
Bijan
use
is
those
the hot
offensive
man for
players.
that game, you use him. If Bijan is not the hot man, you go away from him. Just like the Falcons did when they was playing Tampa Bay. They realized we can't run the ball. Guess what they did? They started throwing the ball.
Let me ask you. What was your expectation for the offense before the season started? What was your expectation for the offense before the season started?
Red.
You say what?
What was your expectation for the offense before the season started?
My expectation for the offense was a run heavy with play action. They was going to play off the play action. And the reason why I say that is because when Michael Vick did the interview with Michael Penix, he said, "Oh, I think we're going to be a run heavy team, but I think we're going to sprinkle in a lot of pass action and we're going to spread the ball." That's exactly what Michael Penix said, and that's exactly what I was going off of.
All right, so let me ask you this. Now, when you factored that together and you formulated your opinion about what the offense was that including Bijan or without Bijan?
It was, of course, it's including Bijan. You want everybody, just like some of the plays was including Caleb McGarry. But guess what? He's hurt.
All right, so let me ask
Caleb McGarry.
So let me ask you this, right? All right.
Now, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Because of that scenario, all right, let's take Bijan out of the equation. You got Tyler Algier, your starting running back, and what's the backup number 3?
Mars, Natron Mars.
All right, those are your 2 running backs. Do you still have the same expectation for the offense?
The Falcons will still use an off-tackle run.
That ain't what I said. I said you still have.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. Of course, I'm gonna still hope the Falcons win, and I'm gonna say, guess what? It's no. But wait, do I still hope? I mean, do I still have the offense?
I hope they win. I said
just like I hope the Falcons win.
Expectations for the offense.
Listen,
yes or no?
Listen, we're the underdog for
You
most
ain't
of
listening.
these games.
Try to go to the
No,
next play,
listen,
man.
we're the underdog for most of these games. So obviously,
It's your
Vegas
fault,
don't
man.
trust us. But once again, the reality is, it is Raheem Morris's and Zach Robinson responsibility to next man up mentality. We have to have
Bruh,
that. We can't
that
be like, well, we don't want to
that
get
that
this
that
person
that,
hurt. We don't want to
that
get
shit
that
like
person hurt. It's next man up mentality. If you want to be on the field, you better be ready to play.
that shit
I
is
think
like
it's
watching
unreal. It's unreal to sit
trying
there
to
and
watch
not knowing
sheetrock dry and you ain't putting no paint on it.
y'all live outside, all the way outside of reality. That is y'all like so
What?
basically if Bijan
We
Robinson
live
get
outside of
Hey, Tyler,
reality.
man, go to
We
the
live
next play, bro.
outside of
Whoa,
Hey,
reality.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
let
whoa.
me.
To the next
Hey,
play.
Hey,
I
James.
have a,
Hey,
I have a, I have
James
a.
had something he wanted to say,
Hey,
and
go
then
ahead,
I'm gonna go
James.
after
Go ahead,
James
James.
if y'all don't
Okay.
mind.
Please, James. Somebody. Oh my God.
I want to go after James. James, go on ahead, man. 'Cause
Let
I
me,
definitely got to address this.
man, let me get up. Oh man, I got comfortable.
Bring
I
us
was just
back to
laying out.
reality, James. Please bring us back to reality.
I was gonna address some things, so I'm saying, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank God. Oh God. Thank God.
um, as far as a scheme and everything, you do want to have. Well, I'm not. I'm just speaking in general. I'm just speaking in general. Um, you do want to have that feature player. Bijan is that feature player. But I'm like with Marcus. You do have to have a balanced approach because you have too much talent on this field to not use it properly. And the thing is that okay, I got my feature back. Also got a backup running back that could be featured as well. I got 3 receivers, including tight end, that could take over a game at any time. I'm including
That's
Ray
right.
Ray, because Ray Ray can take over a game if it
I
need
don't know
be.
about Ray Ray. I don't know about
Okay,
Ray Ray.
yeah, Ray Ray can. I don't think Ray Ray had to cut down with the fumbles because it was a couple critical games last year that he had some fumbles that he should never, or some drops he should have never had. But statistically, last year that was Ray Ray best year. Um,
You're too short though.
we'll discuss that later, Red. But
slot receiver.
but the thing is though, it has to have a balanced approach. Ain't nothing wrong with the next man up mentality because it's football. Folks gonna get hurt. But you got to do it's things that you can do creatively that you can take the pressure off Bijan. It was just Bijan was hot that game against Minnesota. I'm not gonna take it off of him. So that's why he had 22 carries.
That's what I
But
said.
they know how to utilize Bijan because Bijan had 100-yard receiving the first game. What running back dude doing it in the league besides him? Damn, it got quiet.
We listening to you.
But
Yeah, but
overall,
the stuff you
you
saying,
have to
but the
balance the
stuff you
playbook
saying
out.
is what I was just
He
saying.
has to. Zach
You play
does
who's the
need to
hot
do.
man.
I mean, Zach needs to do better with balancing the playbook out.
Okay, I got a
There's no
question.
ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Sometimes
His
it's just
adjustment
what
game is
we
A1
balance.
to me.
Sometimes it's
But as
just what
far
we
as
balance.
coming in with initial game plan, he has to get better with that.
I got a question on this same line that
And
we're
that's it.
talking about.
John, please don't. Please. John, it's your turn.
Well,
Let me
Tidy,
I
Tidy,
got a
I'm
question.
gonna
let
let Tidy ask his
Can y'all hear
question.
me?
Yeah.
yeah,
We
we can hear
heard
you.
you. I heard you. I know I heard you.
Let me
I'm
ask a
gonna let
quick
Tidy.
question since we talk about the balance of the running backs. Bijan had 22 carries Sunday. Believe it or not, y'all, Tyler last year had 16 carries. So he really went that far off for to be the running back too. Bijan
No,
had 3 receptions.
exactly.
Tyler had 1 reception. So the balance really went that far off as far as running backs go. Obviously, the running game was working, so that's what we stuck with. Tyler averaged 4.8 yards per carry. Bijan averaged 6.5 yards per carry. And as we see watching this film, we couldn't do what we really wanted to do throwing the ball, but I don't think we were really imbalanced between the 2 running backs at all.
Exactly.
No, we weren't. We were, as far as the two running backs were concerned. No, we were not.
Well, who said
The weight
we
of
was
the
out of balance?
carries, the weight of the carries was not, too far out of whack.
But once again,
But
we won,
what
and
I
nobody
was
got-
hold on, Slim. Hold on, Slim.
Hold on,
It was my
Slim.
turn. Don't run that red
Go
light
ahead.
now.
I apologize.
Let me. No,
Hey,
you ain't did.
hey.
No, Slim, don't worry about it. You know how
Hey.
we is.
John, hold
Talking
on.
all damn night.
But I gotta
Hold on.
stop again.
No, I'm just trying to make sure y'all hear me because I went
Yeah,
out.
we can hear you.
Yeah,
I can hear you. Can everybody hear James?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
you
you.
good,
Go ahead,
James.
John.
You good, James.
Okay, I just
I'm-
want to
I'm
make
just-
sure.
I just wanna
Because
make sure
James,
that I-
we were quiet because we were listening to you talk.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Well, like-
But I
we heard.
but I had cut out. Like I had cut out, so I
No,
was
we
like,
heard
Oh.
everything you said.
oh,
Okay. Yeah, we
'Cause
heard.
I couldn't hear you, John, and I couldn't hear Tidy. So I had to go back out and go back in. It's this new iOS update I gotta get used to.
Wait a minute, is that 26?
Yes. But
I
it's
hadn't
foot-
loaded that yet. Okay,
it's
all
foot-
right.
It's football.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead, John.
Okay, now, okay. The balance between the running backs and the plays called for the running backs, fine. The balance that I'm talking about is between the running plays and the passing plays. Now, we were very, very fortunate, in my opinion, that we were able to get away with what we got away with last night, in light of the fact that the passing game was not on point. Okay. That's where I hold Zach Robinson responsible. Now, I'm going to use Kyle Shanahan as an example out there in San Francisco. They went and drafted Mr. Irrelevant. Okay. Last man in the draft. And with Kyle Shanahan's playbook and diversification in his playbook, they made that man look like a doggone, made him look like a real quarterback when they drafted him as a throwaway pick. All right. Because of Kyle Shanahan's playbook and playbook mixing. Okay. He kept Brock Purdy out of trouble. The same way that everybody is saying that Zach Robinson is quote unquote keeping Michael Penix out of trouble. I can't say he's keeping him out of trouble. I'm saying that it's just about like he got handcuffs on him with some of the play calls and the play designs. I agree with what Coach was saying in the very beginning of the conversation, because I'm looking at the play designs when he does get ready to pass. Okay. And like I said, they gave him, he has one of the quickest releases and quickest throws in the league right now. An offensive coordinator could use that to pick a defense completely apart and have them on their heels the whole freaking game. That's what I'm looking for out of my offensive coordinator. You got a weapon in Bijan, and you got a weapon at quarterback too. And I'm not seeing the productivity or the innovation or the imagination out of my offensive coordinator that I would like to see versus what Kyle Shanahan did with less.
Now
That's my total problem.
Let me ask this question. Now, are we judging Zach, because you got to think Penix didn't play but the last 3 games last year, plus the first 2 this year. So it's 5 games all together between them two. So is it? I'm just asking now. You know me. I'm willing to listen. I'm just asking. Is it too early? Is it too early to judge Zach with just 5 games with this guy? Because that's his guy. He was fucking around with Kirk for the first 14 games. But he finally got his guy. So is it too early after 5 games, or should we give him some more time? Or it's right about it's right about the time we can judge.
In my opinion, it's too early.
And I think this is unfair criticism, because the reality is, week 1, the Falcons threw the ball the most, and people was complaining, "Oh, you should have ran the ball more. You should have did this." Week 2, he runs the ball. He runs the ball, and then people say, "Oh, but you should have threw the ball more." The reality is, we have to understand that each game has a different set of plays. So if the Falcons said the run game was the best option for this, then guess what? If it works, good. If it don't, then you say, well, I could have did this and I could have did that more. But at the end of the day, regardless of how we constantly keep trying to, it seems like if the Falcons
I'll say this to your point.
win a Super Bowl, y'all will still complain that they should have threw it more. Like,
I'll say this to your point. After a point in yesterday's game, Slim, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Slim does have a point. After yesterday's game in the fourth quarter, once we realized that they couldn't stop the run, and pretty much we was just pretty much gonna run the clock out to this game. After a certain point, that's okay. The game was ours. The game was won. It was nothing the Vikings were gonna do to stop us. They weren't gonna stop Tyler. They weren't gonna stop Bijan. And of course, I guess I'm agreeing with Slim. I would have just kept. At that point, because at that point of the game, all the other shit wasn't working. But that running game was getting in their ass, as you say, for over 200
and the good
yards.
thing about the run game is, guess what? It keeps the clock moving. And
that's what I'm saying. It got to a point where
it keeps the offense off the field. We are picking up first downs with the run game. So guess what I'm doing? I am stalling you out. And then when your offense get back on the field, especially because I know J.J. McCarthy looks lost out there. So guess what? That is a big gap in time when he has to get off the field, and then when he gets back on, that means he has to reestablish his momentum. If he can't reestablish his momentum for the whole 60 minutes, he's lost out there. And the Falcons use that to their ability, to their best ability. The reason why we couldn't do that with the Bucs is because the Bucs was good at stopping the run.
But see, this is the thing.
Okay, John. I'm sorry. Right before you go, John. This is gonna be our closing arguments, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. So you got the floor, John. Go ahead.
Okay. Slim, if you complete a pass, don't the clock keep running in too?
If you don't, it stops. And if you get
I said a completed pass. If you complete a pass, the clock still runs in too.
Yeah, but if you don't,
whether you run the ball or whether you pass the ball, the clock keeps running as long as you.
John, once again, I'm gonna help Slim out, but he's not telling me. Right.
Oh my God!
Well, I don't know why. Now hold up, red. Hold up. See, Tidy want to close it down. That was my closing. That was part of my closing statement. So you can refute it, but let me finish so I can go. So we can go to you, and you'll have free reign. That all right with you, sir?
Go ahead, sir.
Like I say, I want my offensive coordinator to be innovative. I'm not impressed by the plays that are being called for the passing game. I saw that the running game, an adjustment was made where you had a full house backfield back there. It enabled you to run. There wasn't anything that Minnesota could do with it. So, and we did beat them last night, and it was 22-6. And we did dominate them. My only problem is that I want our offense to be diversified. I want our offense to be innovative. I want it to be interesting because we are going to have to, like Slim said, like everybody said, we're going to have to win different games different ways. I do not want to be handicapped by any type of offensive scheme, by any type of offensive theory, or any type of offensive set. I don't want to get in a rut because you're going to have teams just like Tampa Bay. First thing they do when they find out your strength, they take it away from you. All right, now what are you going to do? And if you have a problem passing, that's going to be a problem because they've taken your bread and butter away. All right. Now, like I said, my offensive coordinator is, he's not impressing me. From what I saw last year with the 3 games that Penix played and the first game, and see, the thing is, the Kirk Cousins experiment is skewed, so I can't really use that. I can only go with just my feeling about it. It was just like, I don't know. But like you guys say, this is a work in progress. That's why I would have rather had an experienced offensive coordinator, someone that I could trust, that already has done the job, that knows what they're doing, so I can question him at a questionable professional level versus somebody getting on the job training. And that concludes me.
I'll just say the one thing, John, before we wrap it up. If you don't have Zach Robinson as your offensive coordinator, believe it or not, chances are you don't have Michael Penix as your quarterback. Because he was a big part of getting Penix to the team. But with that said, y'all, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We're about to hit the 4-hour mark. Before we ride out, man, let's go around the table and y'all let everybody know who's watching, where they can find you at. We will start with James. If you're still there, you still with us?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, go ahead and plug anything you got going, any shows, any projects you're working on social media. You got the floor.
I just want to say big thanks to everybody in Bird Gang for each post that I put in there. It's quite astonishing to see the amount of shares and likes that I get on my post in Bird Gang. And I just want to say I thank y'all.
You like a celebrity in there, James. Your shit you got there getting all kind of shit.
Yeah, bro. Because let me tell you, Tyler, before I let everybody move. So when I put that post up there, it was, it had like 10 shares. So I was like, okay, I'm finna go to bed. I gotta get up for work. So when I got up for work, brushed my teeth, got my drink and everything, and I checked my social media before I clocked in. I said 1,500 likes. I said, where'd that come from? And man, it got to a point. It's over 300 shares, 2,000 likes. But I appreciate everybody. And you can catch me in here on the eye test with John and Winston. And thank you, Tyler, for having me up.
You're welcome. All right, John, you on the clock, my friend.
Well, I'm on the other end of that light spectrum there. They hate the hell out of me. They don't even want me to talk. But it ain't gonna make no never mind to me. I'm just like Bernie Mac. I don't care. But hey, man, it was good talking with you guys tonight, especially you, Slim. I'm glad to see you, and you keep kicking. I'm glad to see you, and I'm half of the eye test along with Winston Thornton. We come on Wednesday nights at 10 o'clock. We're going to start off with Falcons talk, but the way that the road winds, we're going to follow it.
All right, and we're going to go to Slim. If you want to plug anything, any projects, social media, school, anything you got going, we all ears.
Man, I'm just doing school, man. Just watching football, just trying to understand it more and more each day. But all I could just say this, since I don't do no other stuff, is, man, y'all gotta give Zach Robinson and this offense, a break, because they just started. This is the second week. People still adjusting to the playbook and all that other stuff. And in the new NFL, people don't play their starters. So I would say like the first 3 games, people still learning on the fly. So, and they're learning what you like, what the quarterback like, what the quarterback don't like, and stuff like that. So Zach Robinson did pretty good. He did pretty good from the adjustments from week 1 to week 2. And y'all, please don't apologize for a win. If we get a win, I don't care if the Falcons pulled a pistol on the referee. If we get the win, let's celebrate that.
Heard that. All right, Winston, take us home, sir.
Yo. Appreciate you, Tyler, for having us on tonight. Good conversation as per usual. You can catch us. We'll probably pick up this conversation on Wednesday. Catch us on Facebook, YouTube, and X. the eye test. We got 2 Facebook pages right now. We're trying to get the second one up and running because it's public now instead of private. But Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Start off with Falcon content. Ain't no telling how the conversation will go, but you can enjoy the ride along the way. Once again, shout out to everybody that was on the panel tonight, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Tyler, for having us. Enjoyed it as always.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And I appreciate, thank you to everybody that came through on the panel, man. Everybody that was on the panel. You know, also thank you very much to everybody that was in the chat, showed a bunch of love. Man, this was probably one of the better film sessions. So, hey, Slim, we'll have to try to bring you back next week, man. These boys a little arguing against you, bro. So,
hey, man, I'm going to stand it, man. I'm going to stand on 10.
Hey, and stand in that paint with John Harris, dog. Stand in the paint with him. Stand in the paint with him, Slim.
They got that cognac.
Stand in the paint with John. Don't let John.
Hey.
I know John like that old school stuff. I'm trying to get John to move to the new school, man.
Man, look.
Slim took and joined some of John Uncle Nearest before he got on tonight.
Hey, you know John ain't sharing that Nearest.
hey, man. It is hell down here in the low post, son.
Man, y'all, we gotta do a live.
I had him pent. I had him pent behind me. I'm calling for the
old school post game. I got him. I got him.
Y'all went throwing the ball. I had him pent, Ralph. I had him pent.
Wrapped around the body and grabbed the top of your short. You ain't going nowhere.
Old school move.
Y'all talking about
grab the back of your thigh muscle right there.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere.
Ooh, man, them 2 veins that run right behind the back of your knee.
Yeah.
That hurt me right now. That hurt me now.
Hey, y'all, all serious, man. We gotta do a live show, man.
We do a live show every Wednesday.
No, he's talking about
Slim,
live.
you need to come through, man.
Yeah, man. When y'all be doing it, man, I be doing my college work, man. These folks ain't giving me no breaks, man. Then I be doing them 12-hour shifts at work.
Oh man, hey, yeah. Well, get in when you can, bro.
Yeah,
we'll be glad to have.
I think he's talking about like a live.
Yeah, like we all sitting.
Yeah, he's talking about like a real show, man. Like maybe if we get like some of the out of towners here during the season sometime, maybe we could, set something up.
Especially if the Falcons win against Carolina.
I'm coming down. I'm coming down.
Week after next.
Well, that's still in the air because I'm trying to put the turbo on the Audi right now.
What?
Yeah, man, my turbo went on that bit.
He gonna cut.
Oh, the turbo went out.
Yeah, the turbo went on the Audi, so I gotta like the way the system is set up. Like when the turbo go out, you better off going ahead and put the water pump on at the same time. So I'm replacing the turbo and the water pump and the thermostat all at the same time. So that Washington game still in the air. But if I can't make the Washington game, I'll be down in October. I'm definitely coming down like middle of October. Whichever home game that's worthwhile coming to, I'm gonna come.
Okay.
That gives us a good month to plan something out. But hey, we'll figure it out, man. Like I say, this was a great film session, film study with a Monday morning quarterback, as they call us. So we'll try to do it again next week. Hey, fellas, I appreciate y'all, man. Everybody have a blessed week, and I'll see y'all on Wednesday also.
Y'all be good.
Hey.
Peace.